What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the BallGame podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Tom.
I'm Chris.
I'm Pete.
Today, November 5th, 2024. It is a Tuesday, and might I add, the NFL trade deadline was the only important thing that happened today.
Yep.
From what I know, at least.
Yep.
Trade early, trade often. Right?
Of course, yeah. Trade early and trade often. Make sure you trade.
Make sure you trade.
Make sure you trade, and post it on Instagram if you trade, too.
Yeah, no.
Just post it all on Instagram if you trade.
You get a sticker, too, I hear, if you trade.
So today we're going to talk about the MVP award. The other awards in the NFL so far that seem pretty obvious. Outside of that, we're going to obviously recap the NFL trade deadline, as I was just talking about. Dennis Allen has been fired. And are there other coaches that deserve to be fired so far this NFL season? So a bunch to talk about. But before we jump into anything, fellas, how is everyone tonight?
I'm all right. You know, I can't complain. It was a bit of a hectic day, but you know, we're here, we're talking some ball, and that's really all that matters.
Hell yeah.
Doing well.
Did we all make trades today?
Yes, I traded today. Yes.
Made a trade yesterday. I traded, listen to this,
Serious.
traded Gallo's 2026 first round pick for Gallo's 2025 this year, first, second, and third.
Wow.
Wow.
What an
How
idiot,
would you
right?
pull that off? Yeah.
He offered it to me.
So,
Oh.
so it's funny
Good
because
job,
me
Gallo.
and Gallo were actually talking about that. He texted me about the trade, and the reason being, and I actually agreed with him.
He
I
has
thought he
4
was the
wins
right
already
thing.
this year.
He already has 4 wins this
That
year.
pick's going to be better.
He's going to tank for next year.
Yeah.
So he was like, fuck this year's picks. I don't need them. I don't care. So he wanted next year's first so he could properly tank. So Gallo, I don't blame you, buddy. It makes a lot of sense in my personal
But
opinion.
he might not win another game the rest of this year. Maybe he'll win 1 or 2 more.
His team isn't that bad right now.
It's bad. He has Shuba, who's a god, and Terry, who's a god. But other than that, it's not good.
And Raheem the Dream.
You know, Gallo tries, man.
He does try.
Like he doesn't make the best
Yeah.
trades.
I mean,
ever.
I had millions.
I was just
But he
glazing.
thought it was a good trade
I was
for
just
him.
glazing. I was saying that I feel like Gallo makes good trades because everybody.
No, Gallo
and-
makes some questionable trades.
As a
Yeah, I
as a
don't know.
person in a dynasty league with Gallo, I could tell you right now, Gallo does not make good trades.
He won a
Gallo's
couple trades.
actually
I saw.
like the main reason why the power balance is what it is in our dynasty league. Honestly,
Nice. Yeah, I mean,
No, that's
I feel like
Tribute to
Gallo's
everybody.
it's attributed to everybody, but it might be like
Most
the
attributed. to
biggest
Gallo,
percent to
yeah.
Gallo. Yeah,
not for nothing. Ever since Nico Collins got injured and Tyreek Hill has not been getting his 20 points a game,
Yep.
my team isn't looking as amazing as I thought it was.
Oh,
gonna
in
be.
our dynasty league, things are heating up, bro. What is
Yeah.
it? 4 of you guys are 6-3, and then there's a bunch of us that are 5-4 behind you guys.
No, I
things are
know.
heating up.
I thought I was
2-7,
gonna
baby.
walk. I thought I was gonna
Oh
walk
my
through the
God.
season.
Yo, you smacked me this week.
Yeah, I wish I didn't because because Antonio beat Kev this week, so you guys are all
Oh.
2-7.
Let's go.
So now bro, Antonio traded all his players because he was tanking while
Well,
I had his
yeah, I
pick,
remember this.
But he obviously traded for JSN, who's the greatest ever.
Oh, God.
Beat Kevin. So now the 3 of them are 2-7, but Tom and Antonio play this week.
Oh man.
That's the matchup of the week.
Wow.
And there's no JSN.
You would have wanted to lose.
K9's on bye too. I
I
don't
know.
know.
So it makes
K9.
sense as to why you
Both
would
of
have
you
wanted
guys
to
have
lose.
half your team on
Yeah.
bye. Yeah, no, it's the shit bowl. He's
Yep.
gonna beat you though.
Josh Allen's gonna have a masterclass.
I hope so. I'm praying on you. I just want to see my boy win, bro. That's all I want. I
No,
just
you
wanna
want
see you
J.
win.
I want JT. He wants JT. We all want JT.
Everybody
I
in
wanna see you
fantasy
win,
football
bro. I
wants
just
to.
want you
Nah,
to win,
fuck you.
bro.
I don't want to win.
Nah, yeah, D-Hop cooked for me last night.
no, you
oh
went-
my
He,
god.
he,
That
put,
was
he put
nuts.
up like 150 on me.
That
I
was-
put
You know what?
150
Every-
on him, and I got like a combined 10 from Marvin Brian Thomas.
Right.
Bro, every time a player goes off, I see you just put him on the trade block.
Every time.
Every single time. Chris
Is
does
that-
that consistently.
every time?
Every
bro.
week.
I noticed
yeah.
the trend
Come
last
on,
night.
who wants wide receiver one? Who
Bro, I
wants, who
watched
wants?
D-Hop get his second touchdown, and then like 15 minutes later, D-Hop on the
Nah,
trade block.
it was probably like 5 seconds.
Yeah, it was just immediately, bro.
Immediately.
It like popped up as like the touchdown happened. I'm like, what
Listen,
the
D-Hop
fuck?
would have been helping someone's team if someone
For
just
sure,
traded
yeah.
for him. Chuba Hubbard all these weeks would have
Yep.
been helping someone's team if they traded for him. Now I'm just going to win the league because no one wanted to trade for my good players.
Yep.
They said I was going to be the worst team in the league. Joe Cruz shitted on me. He said, "Oh, you only drafted rookies. Oh, you traded Chris Godwin and Terry McLaurin for first-round picks. What an idiot you are. Worst team in the league. Yada yada yada." I'm in prime position to make the playoffs and run the table. So,
Yep.
and I'm
Sick.
still gonna get Genty.
Probably.
Well,
yeah.
You should be praying you lose this week.
I am.
I did
praying
lose
you
this
lose.
week.
I mean that.
Yo,
This
make
pretty
questionable
much.
start-sit decisions if you can.
No,
I'm not gonna throw.
I'm the commish. I'll
Yeah,
fix
I'm not
his
gonna
lineup.
throw.
Yeah, but like he's not gonna know. You're not gonna know.
No,
he
I'll
can make an
know.
excuse.
I'll fix his fucking
He can make
lineup
an
if I have
excuse.
to. I'll fix his lineup if I have to. I don't care. I'm the commish.
Oh my god.
There's no lav here. I'm a real commish.
I mean, I'm starting Mason Rudolph or Will Levis. So
No, I know.
okay.
No, I already looked at your
And the
team.
newest Cowboy, Jonathan Mingo.
Thank God.
Oh god. You know that would have been a perfect transition into the trade deadline, but I'm gonna be honest.
More,
I want to
more
talk
pertinent business first.
There is
yeah.
some more intense business to tend to. So this is BallGame's midseason awards. Sorry, this is BallGame's midseason NFL awards. So first of all, we're gonna start off with the MVP award. We felt as though a lot of these awards were going to be pretty self-explanatory. We felt that there was a clear-cut winner, and everybody else was just going to be in second place, and it wouldn't matter at that point. But Tom decided to come into the group chat today and say, wait a second, the MVP is not obvious. I have a different response than everybody else. And I feel like your response is actually more the
I
public
was just going to say that. I was
opinion.
going to say, I think you guys actually have the different response.
You
but I'll
have
take
the
it.
public opinion right now.
Yeah.
And I guess the rest of the group chat kind of had the minority opinion in the situation. So I'll get this thing started with my MVP. The NFL MVP and the proper MVP, the meaning of the award, most valuable player, is Josh Allen. And it's simple. He is leading the Buffalo Bills to the second seed in the AFC and dominating on the path to that as the engine of the Buffalo Bills offense. And it's not like this man has a backup engine. He doesn't have a spare tire if one goes out. No. Josh Allen is the only engine for this car, the only engine for the Buffalo Bills to make the playoffs, and the only engine that deserves the award, if we're being entirely honest. So I say Josh Allen, before the season, I came in and I said that Josh Allen was going to have the best season of his career. To this point, 17 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's passing touchdowns. 20 total on the season. And Josh has proven that without a number one wide receiver, without Stephon Diggs, of course, everybody's had struggles during the season. The receivers have just been god-awful. And he has one of the top drop percentages amongst all quarterbacks in the entire NFL because his receivers have been in and out, good play, mostly bad players, if we're being entirely honest. He got growing pains from Keon Coleman. Shit, Mac Hollins was the wide receiver too for a while there in Buffalo. And then you went ahead and you traded for Amari Cooper, who, by the way, didn't even play this past week. So I think it's quite cut and dry. I think Josh Allen deserves the award because he's leading the Bills to a 7-2 record and the top of the division that people thought in a year they would take a step back. And then what did he do? He said, all right, hold this. I'm going to have the best season of my career. I'm going to go out there, dominate, and show why this season I'm the best player and the most valuable player to my franchise. That's the quick case, the short case
Boring.
for Josh Allen.
Couldn't agree more. No, I agree with almost everything you said. I mean, Josh Allen is having the best season of his career, no doubt. His receivers are handicapping him at times. I even tweeted that live tweeted it from the BallGame account this past Sunday. I said,
I gotta pause, bro. Speaking of tweeting from the BallGame account, you tweeted about the Cowboys trading for Jonathan Mingo.
yes.
I said, BallGame admin, please post about the Commanders. You said the biggest winner of the Commanders trade is Mike Evans. That's it. That's all you posted.
I had a busy day today.
Come on, man.
I had a busy day today. I couldn't make it. I tried to.
Well,
Am I
to
wrong
be,
though?
To be
Like, come
fair,
on.
we are going to talk about that.
Right,
We'll talk
You
about
were
that a
right,
lot.
But I wanted a whole tweet. Are the Washington
I know.
Commanders
I was
the favorite in the
I
NFC?
know. I was trying, but I had so much going on today. But no. So
You were right.
yeah. So yeah, his receivers are selling him at almost every chance they get. Keon Coleman can't get separation. Mac Hollins, not a receiver sometimes. Coleman dropped a touchdown this past week that turned into an interception.
Yes, he did.
No doubt about it. But there's just another guy that's just playing better football. I mean, he's just been, I think, the better quarterback this season. In Baltimore, the MVP of the season so far is Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, let me just drop some knowledge on you, kid. All right? Lamar Jackson is first in the NFL in passer rating, first in EPA per pass play, first in dropback success rate, first in touchdown to interception ratio, first in yards per attempt. He is second in passing yards, second in passing percentage. Second in passing touchdowns, third in completion percentage, and 17th in the entire NFL in rushing yards. Lamar Jackson has been dynamic this season, and let's not act like he hasn't had receiver problems of his own. I couldn't find the numbers after this week, but going into this week, the Buffalo Bills had 13 drops recorded on the season. The Ravens had 12. Lamar Jackson has had balls dropped. I remember against the Browns, Rashad Bateman got hit right in the face with a ball. He was wide open. And so Lamar has had his fair share of sales on his side of things, right? And last season, Lamar won the MVP. And a lot of people, it was a rough year for MVP, right? He won a lot of games on the back of his defense. We know that. This year, he can't do that. Their defense has not been nearly as good last year. Their secondary is one of the worst in the league. And if you look at their
in the league.
Yeah. If you look at their rush defense, they allow the fewest.
At least they have Trey White now.
That's a guy. Yeah. A few years ago would have been cool. If you look at their rush defense, they allow the fewest rushing yards per game. They also are third in fewest attempts against them per game. So teams aren't running the ball against them. Why? Because their pass defense is horrible, and this offense just puts up points, and you have to keep up with them. This is a guy who won a shootout against Baker Mayfield, the guy leading the NFL in touchdowns, won a shootout against Joe Burrow, who's having an elite season on his own right, and only wins shootouts, and Jaden Daniels, who's an MVP candidate in his own right. So,
well, there's one more guy you forgot.
Don't even do that.
Oh, he didn't win a shootout against Josh Allen.
He
But,
smoked him out.
right, but
He dicked him down.
I'm not even going to go there
Don't
because
do
neither
that.
of them played great that game. But the Bills got stomped out by the Ravens.
Horrible. That's a bad argument because if you watch the first half of that
use
game, it's so not you. It's so clear that wasn't on Josh. We literally texted that there were like 3 drops that would have changed the entire complexion of that game in the first half alone.
Bills.
I mean, I think the point being, though, that you're making is every time Lamar goes into these games against the guy who could maybe make a case for MVP, he shuts that shit the hell up. Baker Mayfield, at that time, they were talking about Baker could be the MVP.
Derrick Henry went for 200.
I'm getting there.
Wins.
Brother, oh my
He's
God.
stomping them out.
So the Derrick Henry thing, that's the next point I'll make. Derrick Henry is the best running back in football. He's the best pure runner of the football maybe we've ever seen. The guy runs people over, and if he doesn't run you over, he runs around you. And he's fast. He's faster than you. He's bigger than you. He's stronger than you. He's just better than you in every facet. I don't deny that.
Yeah, but can he hurdle you backwards?
Probably not. But he can separate your shoulder on command. So, but the thing about Derrick Henry, what do we say about Lamar and Derrick Henry? It's unfair. It shouldn't have been allowed, right? But it's a perfect marriage. Now, I'm not married. I don't know much about marriage. But as a child of divorce, I can tell you what doesn't make a good marriage. Okay? What makes a great marriage is mutually beneficial. They're mutually beneficial to each other. Derrick Henry, what do we say about when Christian McCaffrey went to the Niners? McCaffrey was the best running back in football. He went to the Niners. He's in a league of his own. Derrick Henry is the best running back in football. He goes to the Ravens. He's in a league of his own. Why? Because of the scheme? Sure. The offensive line? Sure. But the defense has to account for number 8. They have to, when he's handing him the ball, it's, oh shit, Derrick might take off with this. Wait, Lamar might pull it back and throw it down our throats. Lamar might pull it back and take off and run himself. There's just so many things.
So unpredictable as an offense.
Right.
Like,
and they can burn you so many ways. And that's the thing about Lamar is like, as good as he is with his legs, as good as he has been on his legs, he probably is better at throwing the football at this point this season.
From betting a lot, you just really learn which teams are the most unpredictable.
Sure. And the last point I'll
They're
make
the hardest.
is, I touched on it before, the Ravens defense. 23rd in points allowed per game at 24.3. 21st in yards allowed per game at 356. The defense is not doing him any favors. Lamar has to win them these games with the help of Derrick Henry, of course. And the Bills' defense is 8th in points allowed per game at 19.2, 17th in yards per game at 333. The Bills' defense is performing way beyond what we thought they would. So that's my main argument for Lamar versus Josh is Lamar just has to do maybe not more of a carry job, but he's winning. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it because Josh Allen's also winning them these games. I cannot deny that. But Lamar Jackson is just more yards, more touchdowns, better passer rating. I think he's just playing better, and I don't think the circumstances are that much different.
May I ask who has the better record?
Sure, Josh Allen has one more win.
May I ask who's in first place in their division?
Yeah, Josh Allen's better than the fraudulent Jets, the Drake May-led Patriots, and the Dolphins, who had to miss 4 games. Yeah, he's better than them.
Just asking a question.
I know. I'm just giving
because
an answer.
in the MVP race,
There isn't much competition there. That is a valid point.
in the MVP race, it's part of what matters.
Sure.
Also, okay, so you made the case for and in a way against Lamar Jackson. Here's the thing. Josh doesn't have a guy named Derrick Henry behind him.
Nope. Sucks to be him.
It definitely does suck to be him because a lot of the time we have to witness Josh Allen put on the Superman cape, and this is what we have complained about. What, are you going to say the
Sure.
running game is better this year?
No.
As it is.
Not even that.
No.
Go ahead.
Sure, Josh Allen has less help. I agree. That's a great point, and that is the argument for
Yes.
Josh Allen right now. But it's not like Josh Allen has less help and they're putting up the same stats. Lamar, sure, he has more help, but also he's I agree with. I mean, you look at the freaking Lamar Jackson's numbers right now are like all-time great
Historical.
good. Sure, Josh Allen's having the best year of his career. Sure, he's putting on a carry job, but so is Lamar. Like, yes, he has Derrick Henry, and Derrick Henry is helping him significantly. But like Tom said, I agree with I agree with both of you. I think you're both making great cases. But like Tom said, it's a perfect marriage. So yeah, Derrick Henry helps Lamar, but Lamar is
helps
helping Derrick Henry.
For sure.
I agree with that
Which
completely.
also, if we're going to say that Derrick Henry, like, I think Derrick Henry might get the Offensive Player of the Year award.
You will get the offensive player. of the year.
Now-
Spoiler alert, we're all in
We're
unison
all
on
in
that.
agreement on that one. yeah.
Now, the thing with that is, it's the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. If you got an Offensive Player of the Year guy on your side, that's going to trickle down to Lamar, making him the MVP of the year. So, I honestly think that is very relative. I don't think it's good to discredit Lamar. I think that should accredit Lamar, and actually being the MVP. For that reason.
Last year, after about 5-6 weeks of the season, we all got up here, did our quarter season awards, whatever we called it, and we all had Brock Purdy as the MVP. And what's the argument against Brock Purdy? Oh, he's in a great system. He's got Debo. He's got Ayuk. He's got Kittle. He's got McCaffrey. And what did we all say? I don't care. We're judging him based on the situation he's in, and he's playing the best football. We're judging Lamar based on the situation he's in. He's been the best quarterback in the league this season.
You also just said it, though. It was a murky year for MVPs last year, and that made it a little tougher. And when you're putting up those kinds of numbers, it is difficult. I get it. I understand the Lamar case. Statistically, I can't argue you. I can't. It's not possible for me to statistically argue you. I have to go by the fact that I see that Josh Allen has to put on for his city and has to put on for his team. I mean, I hate to say it. I don't want to discredit the weapons that he's had, but Dalton Kincaid hasn't been what we've expected him to be. Khalil Shakir is cool. Do not get me wrong. Exactly.
Yeah.
Good at what he does. Keon Coleman, great jump ball receiver, but you're not looking at any of these weapons like you would, and I hate to say it, you would look at Zay Flowers and how defenses look at Mark Andrews still to this day. So it's a big difference. It's the factor of the weapons that he has, and we've watched all the Bills games, I'm sure, and we've seen that Josh Allen, like, the eye test alone tells you that this man is throwing balls that you can't even fucking comprehend.
No, somebody said, like, Josh Allen has at least 2 throws a week where it's like, how the fuck did he do that? I completely agree.
I mean, like,
think
I
Lamar's doing it
watched
too,
him
but yeah.
sing, and for whatever reason, I decided to wake up this morning and watch it back for whatever fucking reason. But I watched him dismantle he single-handedly beat the Dolphins last week by himself. But
that happens. So I'll put it like this.
that happens every week. But
He's not allowed to have a bad game. You can admit this. This is true. He is not allowed to have a bad game because if he has a bad game or an underwhelming game, the Bills are 100% destined to lose. Lamar in that Bills game didn't play especially great football, but Derrick Henry went for 200 against the Bills. He's allowed to not have a great game this season, and that is why most valuable player relates to this. And of course, it's the age-old question of, does this award just go to the guy that has the best stats, or does this award go to the guy that is actually the most valuable to their team and is most reliant on a player winning them a game? And quite simply for me and for everybody, I think we can all agree that
That is CJ Stroud.
No team runs quite on their quarterback like the Buffalo Bills run on Josh Allen.
I disagree. I think the Ravens.
How about this?
The Ravens are just a better offense, but
Right.
the Ravens go as Lamar Jackson goes.
You could get away with
Put it
him
this
not
way.
playing a great game.
This will put everything
Sure,
into
you
perspective.
could win a game here and there.
Ready?
Do that with
This
Josh.
is
The
going to
Ravens
put
have
everything into perspective.
Right. So
Wait.
I don't think that just because Josh Allen plays in a worse situation, that should mean he should win the most valuable player award. I think Lamar Jackson is just as valuable.
Well, no, I
He just
agree,
plays
but
in a
he's
better
leading them to
situation.
7-2 in first place in his
But
division.
Lamar Jackson's having a historically great season, leading his team to what, 6-3? And also, again, like I mentioned, obviously, sure, the head-to-head against Josh Allen doesn't matter as much, but the narrative of all those games, Baker Mayfield, Jaden Daniels, Joe Burrow, and versus Josh Allen, all those guys were going into that game as, oh, maybe this guy could jump in front of Lamar in the MVP race. And every single time, the Ravens, sure, and Lamar Jackson shut that shit the fuck up. That matters to me.
And that's the narrative, correct? That isn't. You said that's a narrative, but if we're gonna also talk narrative, the narrative going into this season as a whole is, this is a gap year for the Bills. This is the downfall of the Buffalo Bills.
It's very impressive.
And then it didn't happen.
It's very impressive, but it's
because of 17.
It's also impressive to me that Lamar Jackson was the runaway MVP last year, and he somehow, some way, got better.
Yep.
And it's not just having Derrick Henry. We could all agree, watch the game. Lamar Jackson is playing the best every year, it seems like.
The best football of his career. He's gotten better every single season. Agreed.
You know what I mean? Both these guys are playing great football. Sure, Josh Allen is working with lesser talent, but again, my argument, and I don't have a winner here. I'm indifferent on this. I think they both have great cases. I wanted one of you guys to convince me, but I guess I slightly lean Lamar because, again, sure, Josh Allen has more help, but Lamar is far and away the best statistical quarterback. It's not close. So like I said earlier to you guys before we started recording, I was editing for Joel, and he mentioned that the Ravens offense right now is in a tier with the 2018 Chiefs and the 2007 Patriots.
They're comparing him to the greatest show on turf.
It's insane how good this Ravens offense is. And sure, Derrick Henry is a big part in that, but Lamar Jackson is having the best year of his career, and this is a two-time MVP. Josh Allen's having the best year of his career too, but if that's the argument, Josh Allen's having the best year of his career, he should be the MVP, he's playing with lesser talent, blah, blah, blah. Lamar Jackson is having the best year of his career too, and he's having, again, statistically, like you even said, it's not even close. Lamar Jackson right now is on pace for 4,500 passing yards and over 1,000 rushing yards.
It's 500.
Yeah, he's on pace for about 4,500 and probably
1,000. That's insane.
With 20 touchdowns.
Look, what's going to answer a lot of all this? Take Josh Allen.
40 touchdowns on the season. Yeah.
Paint a picture here. Put Josh Allen on the Ravens offense. Pretend Lamar's on that team.
But I don't
Josh
think
Allen
you could
there.
do that.
I
would love to say that, but I don't think you could do that.
Is Josh Allen now the MVP over Lamar?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes.
Maybe not.
You can't always have
can't.
it is a yes. I hate to say it. It is a yes.
I think
if you reverse their situations, I hate doing this argument because it's so hypothetical that you can't say anything. But
you could in certain ways, just by seeing how Josh Allen plays with the guys that he has on his team, and see the way that Lamar plays with the guys on his team. I do think that if Lamar went to the Bills, I could see Lamar actually bringing that team up more than Josh Allen was able to bring up that team in the moment. 100%.
I mean, they're both They're both up. I think if they reverse situations, we'd be just having the same conversation, just in
flip
reverse.
sides.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
almost.
I think we've seen enough time. Lamar is an uplifter.
But
They're different players though, and the Bills cater their entire offense to Josh Allen and his strengths, and the Ravens' offense is
Exactly. So that's what I was about to say. You can't even do that because I don't think Lamar can fit into.
In a vacuum, though, I think if Lamar was with the Bills, they would figure out how to cater the offense to Lamar's strengths, and the Bills would be probably in about the same situation they're in right now. If the Ravens had Josh Allen, I think they would find a way to cater their offense more to Josh Allen's strength, and they would be probably in the same situation they are. So I think that argument kind of cancels.
If we're gonna talk who could do what the other person is doing, I think Josh has a better shot of doing what Lamar is doing in Baltimore than
Lamar's doing is historical. I'm not gonna.
I agree.
I can't play that hype. You know, I like
and
you
we've
said, I
seen
don't like
Lamar
to play
win 2
hypotheticals.
freaking MVP awards
Right,
for lesser
yeah.
talent. So
And yeah, I mean, it's like I said, Josh has a great case. I personally just think it's Lamar. I don't know. Like I said, I'm gonna go with the just the statistics and the eye test a little bit. Like Lamar has also won them games. Like I said, this defense hasn't been nearly as good last year as it was last year. This year as it was last year. I'm sorry. He just shredded the Broncos defense that was balling on a tear the past few weeks. 16 for 19, 280 and 3. Won the shootout against the Bengals.
that's what I mean. Every time there's a narrative, he just he shuts it up. Like again, add that to the list of
Right.
what I was saying before: Baker, Jaden, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow, whatever the case may be. Add the Broncos defense is playing like the best defense in the NFL. Not anymore.
But weren't the Dolphins too?
Not anymore.
The Dolphins?
The Dolphins got obliterated by the Cardinals. I mean, Josh Allen had a great game. Like, I'm not taking that away from him. I'm just, bro, he beat the football gods. Didn't want, like, sure, Josh Allen had a great game and had a carry job. The football gods, like, that shit doesn't move me in the MVP.
I'm gonna also
football gods didn't want the Dolphins to win that game.
You know, I don't love to do.
No, Josh Allen's balling. We know he's 7-2.
I don't love to do who we
Lamar
played
Jackson's
against.
6-3.
Like you said, 7-2. I'm just throwing this out there. He lost to the Ravens and Texans. Beat the Cardinals, Dolphins twice, Jets, Titans, Seahawks. Not the most impressive. I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
The 2 times he versed what was supposed to be a playoff team, he lost.
Right. That's the case.
So
I
like
was
the
making.
7-2 instead of 6-3 really doesn't matter.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
That's the only point in bringing that up. I'm not saying Josh Allen's a fraud. I'm not saying the Bills are fraudulent. Just throwing that out there because Lamar lost to the Raiders. So, you know, we could
Yeah.
The team lost. The Ravens lost to the Raiders. Like one guy doesn't lose you.
And don't use the Dolphins as Chris, you say they're a good team. Come on, the Dolphins fucking suck.
No, I know.
The Dolphins fucking suck.
Yeah.
The Bills, the Dolphins will never beat the Bills.
No, he
Never,
owns them.
ever. That shit's crazy. Who was that guy who caught that touchdown? Quinton Morris.
Oh, that was nuts.
That was a crazy shit. No, that was a crazy play.
And
by
that was a
Josh.
crazy throw by Josh.
Bro,
That was stupid.
he was making, like, every time it was in doubt, Josh made some crazy play or Jordan Poyer had CTE.
Yep.
That was so bad. So bad.
So Pete, who's your official pick?
Official pick for MVP?
Yeah.
Oh,
now.
Lamar.
Yeah, I
100%.
I'd probably lean Lamar. Right?
Consensus opinion is 100%
Yeah.
Lamar
I saw
Jackson.
today. It was. I think
don't
Lamar
think you
was,
guys are wrong.
Lamar
for
was
that.
plus 290. Josh was plus 300. Whereas, so like it's literally neck
I'm
and neck.
surprised
I
it's
don't-
even that close.
Yeah,
I think
I am
consensus
too. I
opinion
think-
has
yeah.
been
I
Lamar
think-
Jackson
right,
is the
I agree.
runaway
Like,
MVP.
I think the fact that Josh Allen hasn't had that like signature game
Moment,
against
right.
a great opponent, it matters. I don't know what the Bills' schedule is, but if the
They
Bills
get the Chiefs. They get that. This is the other point I was going to make. Sorry to cut you off, but they play the Colts this week, then the Chiefs. If Josh Allen balls out and gives the Chiefs a loss, I'm
Bro,
probably
imagine
done.
he's
Like,
their first loss.
Right, yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah, if he
Forget
ends
it.
the
It's
Chiefs'
over.
undefeated season and has an insane game, then like the award's done. He won.
Right.
He won.
Yes.
Completely agree. I wanted to make that clear too.
It sucked
Yeah.
for the rest of the season. Oh man, I think it. Look, I'll put it like this. I think for the remainder of the season, especially just getting Amari Cooper obviously changed the vibes in Buffalo altogether. I think
yeah.
even though he didn't play this past game, which scares the shit out of me too, given they played so well without him in this past game. I think down the stretch of the season, if they could get a healthy Amari Cooper, it's going to help him immensely in the games against these great opponents because great opponents typically mean great game plans. And it's easy to game plan against a team that doesn't have a receiver that you even come close to fearing in the slightest bit.
Yeah.
And that, in effect, should make everybody else better. And I expect for the rest of the season, I do think Josh is going to be even better, take it to another level. But
This shit was all for nothing though, because Jaden Daniels is winning the award.
Right. I forgot about that.
It
Yeah.
don't matter. Don't matter. That shirt, ordered that shit.
Yeah. That was
Jaden
tough.
Daniels,
That was
Jack
tough.
Daniels shirt from Barstool.
oh, that's dope.
Order that shit.
No, Jaden's great. Jaden's awesome. Commanders are a good football team.
Yeah,
Real good football team.
Really good football team and
the Washington football team.
throwback. Man, I should have kept that shit.
That was cool.
Shit was aura.
Cool.
So that's the MVP. I mean, we want to rattle off the rest of the awards real
Yeah,
quick.
so obviously we
Offensive
planned
player of
on
the year,
doing the
yeah.
entire midseason awards, but as I said earlier, we decided that the rest of the awards were pretty consensusly decided at this point of the season, and there was no reason to go about them, debate them, or do anything like that. So we'll just rattle off the rest of these awards.
We'll stop you if we disagree.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Defensive Player of the Year is TJ Watt. It's pretty simple. The man has been dominant, and we want to talk about clutch. That man is the clutch defensive player I think I've ever seen in my entire life. That's pretty cut and dry. As for Offensive Player of the Year, we all just said it before and agreed. It's Derrick Henry. It's not close. The man is running away on the football field and running away with the award. Then we get on to Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Offensive Rookie of the Year is so clearly an MVP candidate. As you just mentioned, it is Jaden Daniels. There isn't even anyone in close contention for it. If only we got a couple healthier games from Malik Neighbors. But, I mean, shit, I don't even know if he could push
Shout
a
out Brock
quarterback at
Bowers.
this point.
doing
Shout out
some
Brock
good
Bowers, second in the NFL in receptions right now, which is kind of crazy.
And he's not the offensive rookie of the year.
He might take it.
No, he won't.
Actually,
not
no,
over.
he had a way too slow.
No,
start.
that's
Yeah.
not the thing.
Commanders
It's
are 7-2.
Jaden Daniels is 7-2, and he's one of the best quarterbacks in the
I'll
NFL.
never say
already.
that
Changed
again.
my life.
He's only punted 19 times.
That's insane.
Wow.
He punted twice against the Giants in week 2. His second week.
Why couldn't the Jets get him, bro?
Punted twice.
Oh.
Did they punt? They didn't punt in that game.
I looked it up.
They didn't punt, did they? Because I remember they had a streak to start the season for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, I don't think they punted.
They did
in
not
that
punt in that
against the
game.
They
Giants.
didn't punt.
Yeah.
They've punted recently, but that was about it. So Jaden Daniels is Offensive Rookie of the Year. Defensive Rookie of the Year.
No clue.
Jared Verse.
Jared Verse
that's
is probably the
Minnesota,
runaway.
Vikings?
No, Jared Verse from the.
Jared Verse from the
Oh,
Rams.
yeah,
He's been
okay.
real
Yeah,
good.
I think it's pretty clearly
Real
Jared
good.
Verse. I
Their
don't know
Florida
if you
State
could-
boys are starting to cook on
Yeah,
that
I don't know
defensive
if you
line.
could really make a case for anyone else right now. I'm trying to think.
Who was the kid on the Vikings?
Quinyon Mitchell. Quinyon Mitchell's been
Quinyon
lights out for
Mitchell's
the
having a good
Eagles. He's
year.
having a good year too.
I think it's Jared Verse. Jared
he-
Verse is like near the top of the league in
In
like
pressures, yeah, he's been dominant.
He's like one of those like he's gonna be a game wrecker. You know what I
Oh,
mean? Like
yeah.
he's a game wrecking edge rusher.
And they got a good one in Braden Fisk there too.
He was balling against. I
He
mean, granted
was.
it's the Seahawks, but that whole D line was balling.
They're only going to get better as the season goes on.
Agree with all the awards. Obviously, we just said that, but the one guy I want to shout out, the homer pick, Dexter Lawrence, man.
Yeah.
I wish I could say it, but I can't. It's TJ Watt. But Dexter Lawrence is,
He's probably second.
yeah, exactly.
second.
But he's
Pretty
not
handily
first. Like,
second, and
he's-
it's unfortunate that he's on a shit team.
yes,
So-
very. I wish they were better because then it would be somewhat of a conversation. But
He'd get national recognition
Sure,
for it, but
yeah.
unfortunately he doesn't because we suck.
does he still lead the league in sacks?
No, he's second, behind Trey Hendrickson, who has 11 now.
Hendrickson had a monster
Yeah, with
game.
TJ,
Hendrickson's
just real
dominating,
quick
too.
about TJ, what you said, like it doesn't matter. He's gonna have good numbers, but even if they're not like all time like elite numbers, like it's just the timely plays.
Timely plays are insane. Yeah.
You can't put a number on it.
And then other awards. Comeback Player of the Year award. I mean, it has to go to DeMar Hamlin at this point now, right?
Right.
Does that count? Like, I feel like it has to. The man is not only just back from the dead; he's playing great football for the Buffalo Bills.
Great football is a stretch.
Good
Is he? I was
football
gonna
for the
say
Buffalo
great.
Bills. Yes,
Playing
he's
all right
playing good
football.
football.
He's
for the
injuring a
Buffalo
lot of
Bills.
people.
All right, football. I
Oh,
can't
Lord.
stand to watch
He's
it.
injuring a lot of people.
No,
Yeah,
he's
but is
playing
there
good
really
football.
anyone
He's playing good
else in
football.
the-
Kirk?
Kirk.
Oh yeah.
Comeback Player of the
probably
Year,
would be
Kirk-
Kirk.
I'm
Kirk
giving
Cousins
Probably
will
give
win.
it to Kirk. If DeMar Hamlin didn't win it last year, I feel like they're gonna give it to Kirk this year.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Yeah. So Kirk.
Coach of the Year is the other one, and
Stan Quinn.
Stan Quinn.
It's Stan Quinn.
probably.
Yeah, I would love to say Dan Campbell, but the way the NFL Coach of the Year award goes,
Right,
it's
it's
not
The
going to be
most
Dan
surprising
Campbell.
team
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah,
Who
the
else
Lions
is
don't have the
surprising right
surprise
now?
factor. Maybe
Dan Quinn for
KOC.
sure. KOC with the
That's
Vikings.
O'Connell,
That's
sure.
really
Yeah,
it.
that's
Yeah,
it.
that's it.
Yeah, it's
It's Stan Quinn though. It
Yeah.
has to be.
yeah, it
has
has
to
to
be.
It
be.
has to be, and that's it.
Instilling a culture immediately.
Yeah. So now that we got those super boring awards out of the way, shout out to you guys doing your thing. We decided to put some spice on the awards episodes by putting in our own awards that we've come up with ourselves. So, like I just said, we came up with a name for an award, we came up with our own criteria, and we came up with our own nominees. And I'm going to get it started here.
Hit us with a. These are the BallGame special midseason awards.
These are the BallGame special midseason awards.
So hot.
Yeah.
Fuck. Oh my god.
All right. So my award is one that I had last year as well. It is the Geno Smith Ain't Right Back Award. Basically just a guy that the league wrote off, didn't think they were what they could be, what they once were, whatever. And those guys said, nah, I'm not hearing that. I'm not writing back. So The nominees are, we've got 4 nominees here. We've got quarterback of the Minnesota Vikings, Mr. Sam Darnold. I don't know how many offers he had, but it probably wasn't a lot. He got a 1-year prove-it deal, and man, has he proven it. He's been playing some good ball. No arguments there. We got a guy that's broken a lot of hearts in the past. Mr. Kyle Pitts, having a career year. I mean...
Yeah, mad good week this past week.
All right, bro. They're not all going to be good weeks.
Yeah, it ain't all 10s, you know? They're not all 10s, but he is having the best season of his career.
He is having the best season of his career.
And
Of his career.
right, yeah. Another nominee, a teammate of Kyle Pitts, Darnell Mooney.
He's cooking.
He's cooking.
He's been cooking.
Might be the wide receiver 1 coming up next couple weeks, depending on how Drake London is. But
Did we get a third Falcon in this list?
No.
Oh, okay.
How many awards did you have? 3?
What?
You have 3 awards?
1 award, 4 nominees.
Ah.
Yeah, there you go. So Darnell Mooney's there, and then the final nominee, a fan favorite, everybody loves him, Mr. J.K. Dobbins, running back for the Los Angeles Chargers.
These are some great
Oh,
nominees. They all have a great case. I'm going to give my vote to Darnell Mooney, though. That man, there was a few people, not many, but a few people who saw the Sam Darnold breakout coming.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There were Sam Darnold truthers out there who were saying he was going to have. You were one of them who, you know,
I believe.
you didn't really believe it, but you made sure to say it in case it happened. You made sure, so now there's footage out there.
the perfect equilibrium.
To be fair,
Yeah.
I did say I think Sam Darnold's going to have a good year.
And
Yeah,
also
like,
you needed to cover your ass because of last year. You thought he was going to be the starter for the 49ers.
I did
Right.
pick him midseason
Right. So you
to take
couldn't
over.
switch up. But there were Sam Darnold truthers out there. Obviously, there were Kyle Pitts truthers out there. Me being the
This
Kyle
whole
Pitts
podcast
yeah,
really
we
was,
love,
to
we
be
love
honest.
Kyle
Kyle
Pitts.
Pitts,
here.
I gave up, though. I
No,
gave up.
I bet
Yeah.
on him, yeah.
J.K. Dobbins, I think we always knew he was talented. He's just staying healthy right now. So my vote would be for Darnell Mooney because I don't think there was anyone on the planet that saw this coming. I mean, in fantasy right now, he's a wide receiver 1. What is he, the wide receiver 11 on the season, I'm pretty
Is he
sure?
really that high?
Yes.
He is that high.
He's-
I'll check right now. But
Like, from a fantasy football perspective, this was a guy who no one was drafting.
12.
Who would have thought that every year how there's a set of teammates that make the top 12 in fantasy football? Who would have thought it'd be Drake London and Darnell Mooney?
I love Darnell Mooney at the end of the draft. I said that, like, I'm
Oh,
sure it's
yeah.
on
I
camera.
haven't-
But
Darnell,
yeah.
the talent,
I have him on
Yeah.
many.
was
best
always
ball
good.
teams. I was, you know how I felt.
You were
about
a
him.
big Darnell Mooney guy.
You know who always put me on? Bangle
Really?
put me on to Darnell Mooney. Yeah, he always called him the money man.
Bro, his second year, he had a 1,000-yard season.
Yeah, no.
And then was
Darnell
just
Mooney
forgotten about
was,
from then
was
on.
the truth as a prospect. He showed a lot of flashes, but based on the quarterback play in Chicago, he was just never able to put it together. And now you give him a competent quarterback who not only is a good quarterback, but a quarterback who likes to throw the ball down the field, and that's kind of the strength in his game is the downfield targets, and they're also using him in the screen game and letting him, make some plays in the open
Such a
field.
good route runner.
He's a
too.
great route runner. He has hands. He can make contested catches. I mean, I don't remember what game it was. I think it was the one versus the Bucks on Thursday Night Football. That was a game he
my
had 2
God,
touchdowns.
he
but
mossed
there
2
was that
dudes?
one in the end zone. That shit was a crazy catch. He's a complete receiver,
is.
and I think he was really written off the most out of this group of nominees, and he didn't write back. So my vote would be for Darnell Mooney here.
Yeah, I mean, shout out to Darnell. And shout out to Kirk for coming back the way he has, too. I mean, if we were to add a 5th nomination, I'm sure Kirk Cousins would get involved. But
Well, the only thing about Kirk is he's in there for comeback player of the year. This isn't really about comebacks because Kirk may have gotten written off, but I think people still knew. A lot of people were still in on Kirk. But yeah.
Unfortunately, I can't pick Darnell Mooney. I'm going to pick the guy that you mentioned that, look, we all knew he had all the talent in the world. It's just he never stood healthy. And look, I'm going to be honest. Everybody did write off J.K. Dobbins coming into the season. You tear your ACL, you tear your Achilles. Come on. Both of those are supposed to be somewhat career-ending injuries for running backs. And he had both. And then he comes back, dominates, and looks great at football still when a lot of people looked at that depth chart, thought, okay, Gus Edwards is the lead back, and then J.K. Dobbins. Man, what could have been with J.K. Dobbins? No, What is with J.K. Dobbins? He's still elite. He's still good at football. And it's so happy to see because this man really did not write back. He went to the Achilles factory with Aaron Rodgers, took some ayahuasca retreat. I don't know what he did, but goddamn it, shout out to J.K. Dobbins for coming back and proving that he's still a damn good running back in the NFL. Off of 2 major injuries, as I said, I don't think it gets much better. There isn't a better story. There isn't a better dude in the NFL. If you've seen an interview with J.K. Dobbins, you instantly love the man. So I am very happy that J.K.'s back and that J.K. did not write back.
Yeah. I mean, if a I'm going to go J.K. Dobbins, 100%. If you're a player that's going to come back from injury and perform the way I've been performing, I'm going to once again say it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. J.K. Dobbins, baby.
My thing with J.K. is, like, I don't want to be the guy who takes the credit for it, but I guess I saw it coming because in terms of, like, fantasy football, I have that motherfucker everywhere on my redraft.
I'm in a lot of
My
best ball leagues.
teams. Yeah, I have him. He was just, to me, he was such an easy pick. So, like, I personally, for whatever reason, didn't write him off. So.
People did not see this coming.
Yeah, no,
You
for sure,
obviously
for
had foresight in this situation.
I guess
You knew ball.
Yeah, I guess I just know ball.
Just
Not
know ball.
everyone knows ball like me. So, who would you vote for, Tom?
Man, you really sold me on Mooney. I like Darnell Mooney coming into the year. I thought he had talent and now has the opportunity. I think, like you said with Sam Darnold, the vision was there for some people. Like he showed, people thought he showed flashes.
Man was a 3rd overall pick.
Right. So we knew that if he got into the right
Still
situation,
miraculous what he's doing.
Oh,
exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
The fact
man.
that they're one of the, I think for
Hey,
the
bro, QB
gravity of the
revelation.
situation, I'm gonna go Sam Darnold, being
Yeah.
that they're
Okay, yeah.
one of the best teams in
Yeah.
the NFC because of him.
I'm glad someone
because
picked
of
him.
Yeah.
Because I was
he
thinking
definitely.
about it for
I was
sure.
shocked none of you picked him, but I like the picks. Yeah.
I just
Nick, you
think
have a vote here for this?
I think it's Sam Darnold actually.
Yeah.
Word.
What did LeBron say? There's a lot of Cowboys fans. I'm not one of them. I never thought Sam Darnold was coming back. I thought
what do
he
the
was going
Cowboys
for
have to do with this?
Fuck the
That's just what
Cowboys.
LeBron
Somebody like
said.
them. I thought
Happy-
LeBron was a Cowboys fan.
Happy National Tight End Day.
LeBron's a fucking
bitch.
Brown fan, a Chief
Right,
fan,
yeah,
a
yeah,
Cowboy fan. I don't know what he is, to be
Shout out
honest.
George Kittle,
Mark Andrews.
Travis Kelsey, LeBron James.
National Tight End Day. How many times did they tell us it was
That shit
National
was
Tight End
so
Day?
funny
Yo,
though, when
oh my
LeBron
God.
did that.
Anytime
shit
someone
live,
scored,
yeah.
anytime someone
Yo,
scored, it called
speaking
the
of
football.
LeBron and
National
football,
Tight
you
End
guys
Day.
seen KD the past 2 weeks on K Adams giving his game picks?
No.
The past 2 weeks, he's like 14-2 picking straight up winners.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
he's on
Who
a
is?
heater.
Does he know ball?
Kevin Durant. KD's a big football guy.
seem.
KD's a Commanders fan.
Yeah, I know he's a Commanders
one of
fan.
my
He's,
guys.
he's from
He's from-
Washington.
He's
Yeah,
from there,
yeah. But
From the
no, he's
DC
been on the
area,
K
yeah.
Adams show the past 2 weeks giving picks as like a FanDuel segment. And he's like 14-2. He picked the Dolphins against the Bills. That was his only
What a
loss.
silly goose.
Yeah, but no, he's on a tear. Shout out KD.
Oh, wow.
I'll go ahead and give my award. So my award is going to be the CTE Moment of the Year award. Pretty self-explanatory what this award is.
Hawk Tua.
The first nominee, if you guys need videos of these, just
We'll
look
look
them
'em
up,
up.
but
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think you guys could remember pretty vividly. The first nominee is Jordan Love's pick 6 in the back of the end zone against the Rams. Diving out of the end zone, almost pulled off at Dan Orlovsky. Instead, just threw that
Oh,
shit
that was
up
so bad.
literally to the 3-yard line, and the Rams walked it in. What are you doing?
Yeah, Jordan Love, man, he pulls out some CTE moments.
I could
once in a while, man.
probably
Like,
find four
just
four
Jordan Love
moments.
plays. Yeah, it's kind of it's kind of signature
Yeah.
Jordan Love.
The next nominee is the entire Giants offensive line staring at Daniel Jones on the 2-point conversion, letting one dude walk through about 6 of them and
Yeah.
blow up the entire 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
The play call was questionable, but the Giants offensive line, not looking at the guys in front of them, screams out CTE.
Oh man, what were they doing there? It's like that. Everyone knows that Colts play years ago where they had
Oh
like
my
that weird ass
God,
formation.
yes.
But
Used
like,
to be able to run those formations in Madden, and if the dudes like didn't understand that they could just like user over to the side and pick off the
It
screen,
was
tag,
cheese.
you'd win. I used to run that shit.
Yeah.
On the team. Definitely when I was doing like solo challenges and shit against the computer, that was my bread and butter.
Yeah.
But the next 2 nominees, I'm gonna pair them together because they are from the same game, and I'm wearing the jersey. We got 2 Chicago Bears moments. So the first one is the Bears in a needed situation at the goal line, handing it off to offensive lineman Doug Kramer, and he fumbled it and basically gifted the Commanders a chance for the next nominee, Tyreek Stevenson, celebrating with the fans, hyping them up, talking shit, and then tipping the Hail Mary right into the hands of Noah Brown.
I gotta go Tyree Stevenson, man. What are you doing there? Like, not only were you not paying attention to the play, talking shit to fans for whatever reason, you then, like you said, you were the guy that tipped the ball because you were out of position and you were late to the play. And then everything that followed after that, the guy like just took himself out of practice and just not part of the team anymore. I got to go. My vote's for Tyree Stevenson. I'm shocked there's no Will Levis here.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Will
no,
Levis
honestly,
was
you
too
could put
obvious.
you
Right,
could, but
okay,
you could
okay.
put Will Levis for nominee 1, 2, 3,
Yeah, Will
4,
Levis
and
was
5.
Too obvious. Okay.
So, like,
yeah, my vote's for Tyreek Stevenson.
He hasn't played in a few weeks. I want to give the guy.
No,
Okay,
my
yeah.
vote's Tyreek Stevenson too. That
I
was
mean,
unbelievable.
it's the NFL's viral moment of the year. Like, if we're being entirely honest, it has to be Tyreek Stevenson.
He tweeted after. He's like, "My bad, y'all."
My honorable mention that I wanted to put on here and what made me decide like this was going to be my custom award was the Seahawks getting the ball first in overtime, getting into field goal range, and deciding to go for it on 4th down and
Yeah.
not get any points.
Wasn't a good one. No.
No, but
Yeah,
it
take your
wasn't.
3.
It wasn't enough to
No.
be a nominee here.
Take
but
your 3, guys.
Yeah,
Just
that was
take your
crazy.
3.
I'm
Yeah,
so
I mean-
I mean, the Rams still scored a touchdown, but once they went for it
different
on
game,
4th down,
yeah.
that's why the Rams scored a
Right.
touchdown.
Of
It was
course.
karma.
Bad juju. Yeah.
DeMarcus Robinson one-handed catch. It was just
Come
karma.
on, that shit don't happen. Yeah.
All those moments are great, though. I will agree. But Tyreek Stevenson's wins because of the blowback that he got on social media, too. Like, it was wild.
It's just like I said, the fact that he was not only did they scored because of you. Like,
Bro, the fact that it tipped off his finger after that was the most karma is a bitch moment I think you will ever see in
Yeah.
NFL history.
Yeah, that was classic.
see in NFL history.
Hopefully
That'll
we
get
get
a good
some
award.
great memes when we revisit this for the second half of the
Yeah.
season.
Yes, agreed.
NFL
Put Will
is a
Levis back
meme
in.
factory, bro.
Sure is.
I was thinking before you go. I was thinking of making my award the Ghetto Gronk meme of the year award and going through Ghetto Gronk's page and finding like the best
Bro,
memes from
Ghetto
Ghetto Gronk
Goated.
so far this
Yeah.
year. Yeah.
Goated
Gronk's the
page.
But he's sometimes too out of pocket. that I
Last
would
slide's
just-
always way too out of
so I
pocket.
was just
Yeah.
like,
We should get Ghetto Gronk on the pod.
That'd be amazing. Shout out Ghetto Gronk.
Shout out Ghetto Gronk.
I'll just give my award real quick.
He keeps
Oh,
opening
sorry,
his
were
mouth.
you-
He's
No,
ready
no,
to say
yeah,
something.
yeah,
Say
yeah.
what you
Go
have
ahead,
to
go
say.
ahead.
No, I was gonna say I'm excited for my award.
okay.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I'm not gonna make you wait. You
Yeah,
seem
go ahead.
so
Nah, nah,
excited.
nah,
that I
nah,
can't.
nah,
He's
you're right,
literally
yeah.
glowing. He's like,
He's
"Come on."
making so
He's
many
like, "Oh, I
noises.
like my award.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So my ball game special award of the year is going to be the Fuck You Play of the Year award, and there's going to be 2 nominees for this. First being Saquon Barkley's backwards hurdle this weekend as one of the Fuck You plays of the year this year.
Disrespectful to try
Attempting
that.
a backwards hurdle is disrespectful.
That
enough.
is- if that doesn't-
successfully completing one.
It's just the biggest fuck
Can
you.
you just imagine?
It's the biggest fuck you. Like,
Can you
honestly,
imagine?
like,
You're like, he's right there. I'm gonna get him. You dive, and then you're like, you wave your arms, and nothing's there, and you just
All you see is the back
kidding
of
me?
this guy's jersey, and then all of a sudden he's gone.
right.
bro.
The craziest part is Theo Ash posted on TikTok. He's tried that shit before. He tried that shit when he was on the
tried
gun.
again?
He tried that shit again. He was
actually
playing
did it.
against the
I remember that.
Dolphins. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
I remember
tried
that.
that shit before,
That's
bro.
sick.
He, you just
Theo
done that.
said, he said, I posted a video when it happened when he tried it and said, if he pulls this off, it's going to be one of the greatest
Yeah, I
plays of
remember that.
all time history. And now he fucking pulled it off. That shit was nuts,
He's
bro.
unreal.
Wasn't he in the post interview like, oh, how do you feel about that? I'm just playing football.
that's classic Saquon,
I'm
man.
just
The
playing
move
football.
before it was nasty too.
The spin
like,
move?
no,
spin move
Oh
before was
my
nasty.
God.
Spin move to a backwards hurdle?
What is
Bro,
wrong with you?
unbelievable.
He is on one this year.
He's got some spidey senses.
He's on one this year.
For a second nominee is going to be the one-hand catch from Garrett Wilson, the one-hand touchdown from Garrett Wilson.
Shit, this stuff.
Bro, I can't believe we were that close to that in the end zone.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Hollywood.
No, but like we have
Hollywood.
he's right.
No,
Bro.
you're cool. You had your seats with Lev. You though,
You
you're
straight up
Nah,
left
bro.
us.
bro.
What do you mean, yo?
You left us.
Nah.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't blame him for leaving you guys.
I witnessed history from like 15 yards
Some
away.
of them
We did witness history.
some of your teammates in the section over there were more involved with the girls than anything else, from what
Very
I've
true,
heard.
One
yeah.
of them, bro, and it's the one who always does. Like, we can't control that.
Oh, yeah,
we can't
yeah.
control him. He's a beast. He's a madman. You know who you are.
Hey, you know who you are,
Fucking control him, bro. He just does his thing, man.
bro.
But
But
girls all have boyfriends too. Besides one of them.
Kind of his thing, though.
So
It is very
Yeah.
much his thing.
this is
We know.
Yeah.
No,
So,
I
what-
just
what-
can't believe that. Sorry, before we give the winner of the award, I still just cannot believe.
that I witnessed that from that close.
No,
No, you left.
you went all the way. You went all the way down there. Did not come back up. And when we get to the car and find you, you say, "Yo, I smacked a parlay." A parlay that he told no one about.
Pretty sick parlay, though.
Yeah, congrats, bro. Like,
Why can't you be happy for
Fuck
me?
you, Hollywood.
bro, we were all sharing our parlays in the parking lot.
Yeah,
Tailgating,
that one-
bro.
that
it was a
one-
shifty parlay. Oh,
Yeah.
I don't fucking care. I don't
Fuck.
care.
You know I placed like 7 parlays.
I know. No.
You were
I'm
tailing all of them?
I would have, bro.
All of them?
We were wrecked. I would have tailed all.
Yeah,
of them,
you're
yes.
right. You would have broke
definitely
even.
would've
You would have
tailed
broke even
all
like
of
me
them.
though.
I
Yeah.
needed that, bro. I can't fucking even hit the. Joe Cruz is smacking like plus 1,050 odd parlays on Monday Night Football last night. I can't get Bucky Irving to get fucking 25 yards and start my fucking ladder challenge. now there's no NBA on tonight. They got me betting on college basketball, taking 25.5-point spreads just so I could start
man.
my ladder challenge.
Bro, Travis Kelce touchdown yesterday fucked me at a $700, and then Rashad White. You know how in the fourth quarter he had that big catch? They called it back. That would have won me another 1,000.
Wow.
So shout out to Travis Kelce and Rashad White. You owe
what
me
you get for abandoning your boys.
$1,700.
Yeah.
Pardon?
That's what you get for abandoning your boys.
In
Yeah,
terms
you're
of
right.
this award, I'm going to be biased. We were there in person. It was the craziest football play I've seen in my life with my
Yeah.
own 2 eyes. It's Garrett Wilson.
That was
I mean,
unbelievable.
I'm not a Jets fan. I was obviously decked out in the matching Aaron Rodgers jerseys with Amanda, but I mean, we were up there jumping up and down like we were diehard.
Me
Jets
and him
fans.
were right next to each other, and
Jumping
we were
up
like,
and down like
"Bro,
little-
what the fuck?"
Yeah.
We were like, "Dude, that was the greatest catch I've ever seen." Like that was it was
nuts.
like
You know-
it was crazy because like I said, we were high up, and you still saw how nuts it was. Like I
From up
wasn't
there?
watching the screen; I was watching the play.
Yeah,
on the
I'm
field.
sure it was
And still
crazier
was
where you
nuts.
guys were,
Oh
but
my
that
God.
shit was insane.
Because I saw the ball and just like in his fingers, like,
and we just
and I was like, oh, it's gonna go through his hands.
Like
and it just
Spider-Man.
came back. I was like, oh, yeah.
we're up there jumping for joy, and we just hear Nick behind us. That's not a catch.
That shit's not a
That's
catch.
That's not a catch.
catch.
Shut up, Nick.
Handle
Let's
business.
witness
It was not a
greatness.
catch.
That was a
Honestly, it might not have been a catch, but the fact that it was such an incredible play, they gave it to him.
They called
Gave
it
it to him.
not a catch and went to the cameras and
Right.
said, "You know what? Catch. It was a catch."
Well, to be fair,
It was a catch.
if we're being entirely honest, it was very close. Like his shin was
Yeah, but that's the
down
right. But to
before
be
his
able
knee.
to reverse it says like it was a catch.
Bro, the ref saw that shit and said, "Yo, that was,
It was a
way too
catch.
cool not to call a catch."
Yo, he got 6 points for it.
I don't know.
He got 6 points for it.
I don't know. I wasn't
What do you mean you
It was
don't
a
know?
catch.
Yeah,
Well,
well, he got 6 points for it.
You got 6 points
Yeah.
for it.
It was
You
a
sure
catch.
did.
So, yeah, I gotta say, bro, like from the angle that we watched that shit at, I like said immediately, I'm wearing an Andre Johnson Texans jersey. I'm not a Jet fan. We saw that shit happen.
Be different, bro.
Yeah, it's gotta be different, bro.
I'm not a Jet fan. Fuck the Jets.
Yo,
You're not a Texan fan.
why does it gotta be fuck the Jets? Why can't?
I'd rather the Texans than the Jets. But, anyways,
That was so obviously the game to root for the Jets.
Right.
We said it all last
Right.
week. They were so obviously.
they were going to win. Yeah, I knew that. But
I don't
you
know why
know,
we didn't. Why do we say that it's so obvious they're gonna win and do these bullshit ass parlays
Instead of just betting the
why
money
didn't
line?
I just straight bet the house? I don't.
$100
understand.
Jets money line. Yeah.
Nah, the fucking house.
Oh, the house.
There was
Oh, the
no
house,
chance
yeah.
they
The
were
bank
losing
account.
that game, bro.
The ball
There
game
was
TikTok
no
fund.
chance
The
they
whole
were losing that
savings
game,
account.
bro.
we got to grow that shit. Come on.
I can't wait till one day we bet the ball game TikTok fund.
We all agree on something. We all agree on something.
We're like, yo, this 16 seed in March beating the fuck out of Virginia. Like,
Keep supporting the TikTok fund so we can do crazy shit like this.
Sees a giant
Oh,
studio
man.
built up next week. What happened? Jets won.
foreclose.
So
Is it
just
the Garrett Wilson catch just because we
It's
were
the
there?
Garrett Wilson
Okay,
catch.
just because.
It-
So
it's the
the
Garrett Wilson
reason why, aside from us being there and from me also being a Jets fan, the reason why I go Garrett Wilson, the main reason is it's being debated of that was
Better than Odell?
better than Odell's catch, and
One better than Odell.
It was not better than Odell.
It wasn't. Look,
we said in the group chat, it's closer than I would like to
'cause
admit.
I don't want to, bro. I love Garrett Wilson, bro, and it's like I don't want to even. I'm not taking like. It's not like it's not even in the realm. It is well in the realm of an Odell Beckham of that catch. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it is
it's close.
well in the realm. Like,
Mm-hmm.
like you literally have to break it down to a T as to why Odell is by a fucking hair. I guess technically better in history, but like,
not by a hair.
but like in my heart, it's Garrett Wilson's catch because
You're a Jet fan.
I'm a
Fine,
Garrett
yeah,
Wilson
that's fine.
glazer, like bro, you know. But yeah, I'm gonna go with
Garrett Glazer.
I'm the Garrett Glazer, bro, and so for that reason, I'm gonna go with Garrett Wilson's catch because if you're talking about a play that is being argued as better than one of the greatest catches of all time.
Yeah, but which one says "fuck you" more?
Which one?
Well,
says
That's the name of
Saquon
the award,
said, to
you know?
be fair,
to be fair,
Can you
yeah.
imagine you go to tackle a guy and then you just
You know what? Actually, let's do this. I would say if we had a Play of the Year award,
well, obviously it's
it
going to be
would
Garrett
go to
Wilson.
Garrett because it was a touchdown.
The fuck
you Play of the Year award would go to Saquon.
Yeah, I don't
because that
think-
was a fuck you. Play.
I don't think the NFL has the "fuck you" Play of the Year award. So there's the ball game. Yeah, it's Saquon.
fun.
Then
Yeah.
it's Saquon, I guess.
It's
yeah.
Saquon because that
Bro,
one
you
does scream
hurdle a
fuck
guy
you.
backwards. That
Yeah.
literally tells the guy,
That's literally like, fuck you. Yeah.
suck. You
Yeah.
are inferior to me.
No, 100%.
So I'm going to jump
It's
over
going to be
you backwards.
Saquon's. If it was like a Play of the Year award, like yo, you made that play, it's Garrett
Yeah, but
Wilson.
that
But
Garrett Wilson,
this
it
is-
was so disrespectful.
Yeah, but it wasn't a "fuck you."
It was. They took the lead
Saquon's
on
was
that
fuck
play,
you,
did they
like-
not?
Wait, did Saquon not get fined for that? I heard that he got fined 1.2 million. I don't
Fined
know.
for
is that
what?
true?
God.
Is that true? Is that rumor?
I don't know.
why the hell would he get
What the
fined?
fuck
for
are you
what?
reading?
For,
I read that too. Yeah, I heard about
No,
that.
He did not get
No.
fined for hurdle.
No.
Not a mill either.
Maybe he said something, but he didn't get fined for
No.
the hurdle, bro.
But you know what? It's got to be Saquon also because in that post game interview, like it was even more of a fuck you when he said, "I would play football."
hooping.
Yeah,
I was
Is that
hooping,
what he said?
bro.
He just said,
Is that what he said?
That's what he said. I was just hooping.
He said, "I was just hooping."
Yeah.
No,
that
that's a
is
fuck
scre-
you.
that is
Yeah,
a fuck
screams
you.
fuck
Because he
you.
knew what
He
he did was
basically just said, "Fuck
disrespectful.
you,"
Just
yeah.
didn't acknowledge it.
Yeah, like Garrett
He-
Wilson was humble about his. Garrett Wilson was like, "No, man, like it's honorable that you even talking about Odell's catch or my catch." You know,
He's so humble.
Saquon was like, "Nah, yeah, like I was so humble." Like, you
but then
can't-
his Instagram caption added aura. That shit was.
The Instagram caption was
What was the
gas.
Instagram
what was
caption?
it?
I sent it in the.
He sent it, and it was honestly
gonna
kind
go
of
at it.
fire. I forgot what it was, but
Wait, for Garrett?
for Garrett,
Oh, yeah.
Yeezy-
I saw that.
Yeezy
I thought,
just jumped over
I
Jumpman, I
thought,
think
it was.
I thought Saquon
Yeezy
broke.
just
I ain't trying to
jumped
stunt
over.
man. But Yeezy just jumped over the ...
That's what I said in the group chat, too, the
That's
next
so
morning. I was like,
crazy.
bro, he's dead-ass Michael Jordan. He dead-ass hit the Jumpman pose,
He
bro.
did.
That shit was nutty, bro.
He did.
that
shit
is
was
you got to be a
nutty.
different type of
Oh my
athletic to make
God.
that play.
That was
like,
beautiful.
That shit was nutty.
I really can't believe we were there to witness one of the greatest catches in NFL history.
Thank God, because
Yeah.
the last game we went to was a fucking snooze fest.
bro.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, I just
This
wanted to leave,
group
bro.
game clears last year's group game
Oh,
like
by far.
so much.
Oh my
that
God,
shit
yeah.
was viral, bro. That was one of the best
By
days
far.
of my life, honestly. Like that's in my top 10 memories for life, bro.
I want to get
That
that,
was-
picture. I want to get that picture of Garrett Wilson autographed, and I took a screenshot of the ticket, and I'm gonna print out the ticket and make like a
fire,
fucking nice
yeah.
like portrait, because
Hang
like
that shit up.
hell yeah.
Don't worry, Pete.
Oh,
You're
yeah,
gonna get the
yeah.
chance to meet Garrett Wilson. All right.
I want
We're
to do
gonna
like a
make that
Garrett.
happen
I
one
want
day.
to do
Next
a
time
Garrett
he does
Wilson meet
one
and
of those
greet.
like meet and greets. Too.
I 100% want to meet Garrett Wilson. I want to bring that picture to him. I want him to sign it in person.
Those guys
put
always
it 2
do
P.
that
Tell him to
shit
come
for,
on
like,
BallGame
fanatics.
Yeah.
Tell him to come on Ball Game Pod. Nah, like I want to meet Garrett Wilson
Next
and
year,
say thank
if
you
they
for that
do
catch.
that Fanatics Fest, I know Lou went to that.
Yes.
shit,
It's
Nick.
so much money.
Yes, that shit
Yeah,
is.
You got to pay for the pass, and then you got to pay like if you want an autograph.
Are they
you gotta
doing
pay like
another one?
$80
They're doing another one soon already.
for Josh. No,
No, it's a
Oh.
year.
For
It's
like
every
Josh
year.
Hart and
Yeah.
Jalen Brunson. It was like so much money.
Bro,
it was like
it was
$100
ridiculous.
just to take a
Yeah,
picture.
it
Those
was
guys
stupid
were
money.
like all recording their podcasts and shit,
Yeah.
doing live shows. Like we should probably be there.
Probably,
next year
yeah.
in terms of
Oh, next year we're
networking.
100% going. This
And
year
who we
was a
can
little,
meet.
This year was hard to get to. It just wasn't really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your award, Matty J?
So my award is pretty simple. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not gonna give you a bunch of nominees for this one. Kind of gonna leave it to one guy. So my award is called the Count Your Days, Old Man Award. And it's quite simple. You can take it however you want it. This
Hey,
award,
yo.
yes,
Yo.
you can take it however you want it.
Hey, yo. All right.
This has multiple meanings. You do as you please with that. The winner of this award goes to one man and one man only. It's self-sabotage, but I thought they were trying to win this year. It's Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones, count your days, buddy. However, you want to accept the fact that your days are numbered, however that means, whether that's with your NFL team or otherwise,
Right.
count your days because it's over. It's all over. Fuck the Cowboys and fuck you. Quite simply. So who wins the award for you guys?
Shit, after last week, Joe Flacco might have to count his days old, man. I'm not gonna lie. He might,
I was just
he
thinking
might have
of the
entered
Colts
himself
this whole
into
time,
the,
yeah.
into the conversation, but nah, I don't really have much to say. Jerry Jones is definitely counting his days.
Jerry Jones needs to be counting his days.
Jerry
man.
Jones, Jerry
trading
Jones
for
days.
Jonathan Mingo. Paying
For a
more,
fourth
paying
round
more
pick.
for Jonathan Mingo than Deontay Johnson and DeAndre Hopkins went for is certainly a decision.
Bro, they traded prime Amari Cooper for a 5th-round pick.
Yep.
They
Right.
just traded a 4th-round pick for Jonathan Mingo.
Right. Good
And
job, Jerry.
couldn't
Run
sign
that
Derek-
team into the ground, brother.
couldn't
Love
sign
it.
the guy who's going to win Offensive Player of the Year because he was too expensive.
So much money, man. We got to pay Trey Lance.
So
Speaking of trades, you mentioned it. Today is the day of trade. The trade wars or whatever. I don't know how to word that.
The election.
Yeah,
The
it was the election.
The trade war.
But it was
what is that? What are you talking about?
I don't know. I was just talking to my ass.
Oh, you have one, Nick?
Oh, go ahead.
Come on in.
Yo.
What's up, BallGame podcast? How you guys
What's
doing
up,
today?
Nick?
We're
How
all
you guys
well.
been?
How about you?
Cool.
I've been good.
Yeah.
Yo, I just want to say Penn State.
Yep.
We gotta go.
I completely
Whiteout was
agree.
electric.
Well,
It wasn't
they didn't
white out. It was the
Oh, it wasn't
helmet.
white
It was
out?
the helmet strip, so it's blue and what in this
Oh,
section,
okay.
but it's basically white. Everybody's
Wait,
white.
you went?
You push that
Yeah.
down.
We knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. I heard a trick. Actually, this is for all you
Stop moving.
podcasters out there. I heard a trick that the perfect distance from the microphone is if you could do this. And then touch your mouth, touch the mic. All right, that's the perfect.
I'm not
I
going to
got-
test it. I'm not going to test
Anyway,
it because my audio
um,
sucks. I'm going to kill myself.
Yeah, the game was lit. They lost to Ohio State. Drew Waller didn't play very well,
He did not.
but yeah, it was a good game.
Ohio State's a good football team.
Yeah, they are a good football team. You know what's crazy? Actually, the quarterback, I think his name's
Will Howard.
Will Howard. Will Howard was supposed to be. I think he grew up in Pennsylvania.
Yep.
Really
Yeah.
wanted to go to Penn State. That was his rivalry game, and actually
He
threw a
didn't
pick.
play that well.
No, he threw a pick six.
start of the game.
And you know what? I called it too because I said, "Watch Jeremiah Smith run into the slant, boom, pick six all the way to the house."
Bro, I thought Penn State was going to win that
Yo,
game.
Chris called
when
the
I saw
Devontae
that.
was cool.
touchdown at the Jets game.
I did.
Pretty fucking gas.
Oh,
We
did
were
you?
sitting there.
Yeah.
We were sitting there, and I'm like, Garrett Wilson's been cooking them. They're in press coverage against him on like a bit, and he's like, nah, Devontae in the slot, pressed up against him, touchdown right here. Exactly what happened. We were going nuts.
Yeah, I did call that shit. I called it.
You should have bet anytime touchdown score.
Live bet.
Or that drive, Devontae Adams touchdown.
That would have been alpha.
All right, what's your awards, Nick?
I have 2 awards. I want to know which one you guys would rather do. The first
Throw
award,
him out there.
Throw them both out there.
first award I came up with is NFL Players Cutest Dog Award.
Do you
I
have nominees?
I have nominees for that one, and I have photo
Who's
evidence.
got some pups?
The second one, which I like this one better, I'm going to call it the Blooper Award, meaning when the camera's pointed on you, you do something you're not supposed to do. What
like
would you
that.
rather do? I like that one better.
Yeah.
I like the blooper award. Yeah.
I mean, I prefer the Blooper Award, but now I want to see pups.
You can't. You can't.
We'll
You
do
can't
that.
tease me with puppies and not show
So,
me puppies.
We'll do the puppies after.
Yeah.
For the first nominee of the
Do
Blooper
like,
Award,
do like a hook. This is the NFL Blooper Award.
what camera's on that one? Main one, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Damn.
You're
This
nervous,
It is
first
a little
time.
Harder than it looks,
is
man.
nervous,
It's harder than it
is
looks.
Nah, I'm gonna kill it. Watch.
You sure are.
This is the NFL Bloopers Award. No, I didn't like that one.
Harder than it looks, man.
I'm gonna kill it.
It
Watch.
ain't so fucking easy
kill it.
back there, huh?
Don't even cut this out. You just said I want the people to know.
Not cutting anything.
This is the NFL Bloopers Award.
Yo, it's mad funny. You guys always be saying like, "Yo, like let's cut that out. Let's cut that out." I don't
ever cut that
I
You
shit
have not cut anything.
Shit.
I watched my intro from last time and I
Yeah,
asked you to cut
texted,
out.
bro. Texted, "Yo, cut all that out." I said, "Yeah,
Bro,
I
it,
got you."
it was the start of the
Yeah, I got
podcast. The start of it. I didn't ask you
Probably
to
got
go
upset
through
a
it.
joke of his didn't make it.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
What happened?
Nah, I'll tell you.
joke. That-
Anyway.
that
Oh,
could've made it.
No, of course
that could
not.
not
Yeah,
make it.
no,
That
no.
could not make it. But that was
Anyway.
good.
All right.
This is the NFL Bloopers Award. I think that one was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little
good.
better.
Good.
Nominee 1, we have most recent Dak Prescott saying, "We fucking suck." on live television.
That's a good one.
Man,
That
that's
is a great one.
That's
That is a phenomenal one, honestly.
Actually, hold on. I want to say something. Wasn't he on a podcast before the season saying she was telling him, speaking into existence, he was saying the Cowboys will win the Super Bowl this year.
What's he supposed to say?
yeah.
What's he supposed
We
to say?
fucking suck. That's what you say.
Well, he did now.
Tell it like it is.
Well, he did now.
For my number 2, we have Will Levis crying on the bench in the middle of the game. Do you know what I'm
Come on,
talking
man.
about?
He was in pain.
You know what I'm talking about?
I
I'm
know
going.
he does.
Didn't he just fuck up his shoulder?
Yeah, but he was crying, bro.
Come on,
He
man.
was crying.
All right.
They caught that.
Yes.
They caught that grown ass.
Yeah, that's tough. That's
That
tough.
was the face.
You look.
Yeah.
Yo, if you grew your hair out, you low key look like
Low-key?
Will Levis. No glasses and grew your hair out.
Low key,
you
and,
low-key
and we're
look
obsessed
like
with Mayo and a dog shit quarterback.
Yeah, but there's
I mean,
something
he got
he's
the
got
dog
that
shit
I
quarterback.
don't.
You are a dog shit quarterback. It's true.
Oh, wow. I have plenty of meme moments, too.
You
Don't
sure
worry.
do.
And for the third and final nominee, I have Aaron Rodgers picking his nose on the sidelines.
My vote's for Aaron Rodgers picking his nose, bro. Not only are you a big fat loser, but you're a booger eater. That shit's fucking nasty.
No A Rich yawning.
That wasn't bad.
Bro, they were literally talking about him being tired, and he yawns on the camera. Come on, man. If ever
funny, though.
anything was poor timing.
I forgot that happened.
I'm not gonna lie though. I don't blame him though because
What are you doing?
He said, "Let bro have a salty snack."
Didn't they said
We're
that
not
he
even
had the
talking
snack?
about Rodgers right now. We're not even talking about
no, I'll
Rodgers.
give A Rich some slack there though because that game was a
Snooze
Snooze
fest.
fest,
Yeah.
bro.
Shit,
Yeah.
like
Snooze
sometimes those
fest.
games are really melatonin-y, and I'm on a bunch of meds right now because I got to get a root canal, so I'm taking
Oh,
medicine
man.
that's making me super tired. I think that's why I had my second C4.
You gotta
the day when
vlog
we
yourself
got
on
here.
the Laffy yet.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah, last time I got a root canal, so I've only had 2 cavities in my life. Obviously, both of them I had to get root canal.
Naturally, yeah.
Last time I got a root canal, I was still fucking off the anesthesia, but they were balling at the park. So I pulled up and balled at the park. I was off it. I was in La La Land.
That's
So
lit.
that was a moment. But yeah, A-Rich, bro, like that game was a snooze fest.
True.
I don't blame him for being tired during that. But yeah, Booger Eater takes the crown.
The options were Booger Eater, Dak saying we fucking suck, and
Will Levis.
I'm gonna pass on Will Levis. I don't think it's as bad as the other two.
That face was hilarious.
It was a funny thing.
No, it was hilarious. No, 100%. Booger eating is tough.
Come on, what are we in the 4th grade?
Such
Still
a
eating your
compliment to
boogers,
be
bro.
called Will
Like I'm not gonna lie, bro.
Oh man,
I pick my nose sometimes. I
Right.
pick the booger out with my finger.
happens.
Hey, bro, when you feel that thing in your nose,
Flick that shit, bro.
Been
yes.
there. Sometimes you can't get a
Flick
tissue.
that shit. I'm not
Yeah.
eating that,
He
bro.
ate it, though.
There's enough food in the world that I don't gotta eat my
On
boogers.
television.
Yummy, bro.
He
On
ate it.
television, it's
I mean, don't
crazy.
knock it till
He
you
didn't
try it.
pick and
Imagine one of us did that, bro. Imagine one of us did that with these 3 cameras pointed in front of us, bro.
Yeah, the producer mic's on.
Producer mic is on.
What do you say?
They said don't knock it till you try it. He just lost his mind.
He didn't do a pick and flick. He didn't.
He
you know
ate
what I'm
that
saying? He
shit.
Did a
Yeah,
He thought he
and
was
he owned
slick.
it.
He thought he was slick.
that was
too.
prime time too.
Oh, yeah.
That's a
Did
nationally
they
televised
ask him
game.
that? Did they ask him
Pete
that on the
McAfee.
McAfee show?
I think they did,
Pete
yeah.
McAfee.
Bro,
Almost.
He said,
I'm,
nah.
I'm looking at him.
He said, nah, I didn't eat that shit. I
well,
can't.
bro, what is he
I
gonna
would
flick
never.
a booger on his own field? That's like a little
Yes.
fucked up.
It's better than eating it.
Don't wipe
He
it on your
can't
own
flick it
bench.
on his
Like,
fans.
I think they were at home. They were home.
I don't know. Don't flick it on people.
They were in prime time. You can't
Not
do that
at
on
home,
prime
I don't
time.
think.
Yeah, but you can't do that on prime time. My vote's for
You're gonna eat it
Hey.
on prime time?
That's what I'm saying. You can't do that.
Well, maybe ayahuasca makes your boogers yummy.
Yo,
It's possible.
is it?
We
knock
don't
it-
know.
Don't knock it till you
Don't
We
try.
knock it till you
don't
try it.
know.
You a booger eater, bro?
100% I'm a
You're defending
booger
him,
eater.
bro.
Yeah.
My
Nah,
God.
I'm picking Aaron Rodgers for the me moment of the year. 100%. It's pretty
Blooper.
or blooper moment of the year.
Oh,
Sorry.
bro, sometimes you just gotta pick a booger and eat it.
Word.
Yeah.
Do you,
Sometimes
wa-
you're hungry,
you guys
bro.
want to do the cutest dog award?
No.
No?
We got other, so much other
We do have
stuff.
other stuff to talk about.
Maybe we
real-
do it for TikTok or something.
We got
when
real
we're
ball to
done.
do.
Yeah. Pete, get back in here.
Peter.
The return. Nick, thanks for coming on.
Yeah,
That was fun. That was very fun.
Appreciate that.
I'll get on the couch more.
For sure.
You're damn right.
Somebody had to talk about the booger. See, look, I got a nose itch. I picked the booger. Just kidding.
All right. The NFL trade deadline was today, and the biggest move of the trade deadline came from my Washington Commanders trading for Marshawn Lattimore. We finally don't have to see Benjamin St-Juste and Emmanuel Forbes guarding wide receiver ones. We finally got an answer for A.J. Brown. And does this move make the Washington Commanders a Super Bowl contender in Jaden Daniels' rookie year?
No.
Super Bowl contender? Why not? 7-2, bro. They're going fucking off.
If there was a move to be made, they needed to make this move.
No, I agree.
Super Bowl contenders, tough category to slot you into.
You got
but
the
NFC
Lions.
contender.
When you got the Lions
No.
and the Chiefs in that mix, it's hard to say Super Bowl contenders, but like the way they're playing, bro, like
they ain't beating no Lions.
don't knock it till you try it. Aaron Rodgers, Booker.
They're not beating the Lions.
They ain't beating the Lions, man. Anyone else? Sure.
I'd also disagree with that.
Beating the Lions is a bit is
They're
a
the
far
fourth best
stretch,
team in the
but-
NFC right now. I'll give them that.
That many?
Four,
Just want to make sure.
fourth or fifth best team
You know
in
what
the
it means
NFC right
to
now.
throw up fours?
Wasn't this guy throwing up 7-2 with me before? As if I'm supposed to be impressed? This is 7-2, man.
They are 7-2.
Who's better?
The Buffalo Bills are a better football team than the Washington
No,
Commanders.
I'm not
the
saying in the
NFC.
NFC. You fucking
Oh, sorry,
bonehead.
sorry. So number one, obviously the Detroit Lions.
Right.
Number two, I would take the Green Bay Packers over them.
Oh, get the fuck out of here.
The Philadelphia Eagles are still better than them.
All right.
And I would argue that I would take the Minnesota Vikings over them.
Get the hell out of here. All right.
I'm just saying, it's the truth.
The Green Bay Packers, they have a quarterback with literal CTE. Jaden Daniels doesn't make mistakes. The Washington Commanders are the most efficient offense in football. Sure, the Packers' defense is better, I guess, but you could probably argue for the Commanders now.
Commanders defense has gotten
The
better.
way the Commanders'
Yeah.
defense is balling, and look, they haven't played anyone, so sure, like, they're playing a defense against bad opponents, but that's been the theme of our show this year is rhythm, momentum, and organizational competence. And the Commanders clearly have organizational competence now
Very
for the
much
first
so.
time in our life. And that defense is building rhythm and building momentum.
Yep.
And adding this guy, like you said, Tom, it was their biggest weakness. Sure, they lack a little bit in the pass rushing game, but Dante Fowler's having a Pro Bowl caliber year.
Crazy.
He really is. He's having a career revival, and he's been I think I saw a stat that Dante Fowler has more sacks than Montez Sweat and Chase Young combined this year.
Did they lose John Allen for the season?
One of them. I always get them confused. The two
Or was it
tackles.
Payne?
It's-
I think it was John Allen.
One of them is out for the season.
it was Jonathan Allen.
I always get them confused.
That hurts a
It
lot.
definitely hurts. But they've been on a tear without him. And shit, I mean, like, dead ass. So the biggest flaw on this team was Benjamin St-Juste having to guard wide receiver ones. And you get a guy in Marshawn Lattimore who he isn't in the spotlight as much because the Saints kind of stink.
He's been unbelievable.
Marshawn Lattimore, according to Next Gen Stats,
Yeah, that's what I
has-
was going to ask because I haven't watched much.
He's
Saints
been
ball.
phenomenal.
So according to Next Gen Stats, he's allowed a minus 12.3 completion percentage over expected when targeted as the nearest defender this season, the third lowest among 75 outside cornerbacks. He's been targeted on just 9.7% of his coverage snaps, which is the second lowest among outside cornerbacks. So not only is he not getting targeted against, which that's the sign when you're
hallmark of a
evaluating
corner,
cornerbacks,
yeah.
but when he is getting targeted, they're not catching shit.
Yep.
He's playing like a top 10 cornerback this year. You can make an argument he's playing like a top 5 cornerback this year.
Ask
And
Mike Evans about that, man.
compared to Benjamin St-Juste, I will keep saying it. This is the biggest upgrade you could possibly make because Benjamin St-Juste was the worst starting cornerback in all of football this year to this point. This helps significantly, especially with these division games coming up against the Eagles, because we've seen over the past few years, A.J. Brown owns
Oh God,
Benjamin and Emmanuel Forbes.
Yeah.
bro, what
I
is
mean,
Emmanuel Forbes supposed to do with
Yeah,
that?
no, I agree.
How long's
that's
AJ out?
AJ is day to day at the
Day-to-day?
current moment.
Yeah, he should play.
So,
week
he
10,
should be playing
week
this
10
week.
game, division game for first place in
Yep.
the division. He'll play next week. Again.
Right.
I don't know if he plays this week, but next week when these two teams play, he'll suit up.
Sure.
But shit, man. I mean, the Commanders just got the vibes. They got the energy. Listen, I think the Lions are a better football team than them. I think the Lions. You guys made the case that they're the best team in football right now. The Lions are in a tier of their own in the NFC.
Yeah.
But as the second team in the NFC,
Why not us?
why not?
I do think it's the Eagles.
Why
but
not? A lot.
fuck about no Eagles.
We'll see a lot in Week 10 when
Yes,
these two teams match
100%.
up head to head. And listen,
Washington's at home, right?
no, it's in,
Oh,
it's in
Philly?
Philly. I want to go, but that's another
It's
conversation.
an off-camera
But
conversation.
listen, this offense is the most efficient offense in all of football. They put up points on nearly every drive. Sure, the Lions may be a more talented offense. The Ravens might be a more talented and explosive offense. But in terms of just straight-up efficiency and having successful drives, they're the best in football to this point. I don't see any reason that slows down. Terry McLaurin's having a breakout year. He's having a career year right
Wild
now.
to say that.
Austin Eckler, like
Breakout
we
year.
mentioned on the start-sits last week, he scored a touchdown. Good,
Yes, he
good
did.
start. Austin Eckler looks rejuvenated. And the left tackle, help me out on his name, the rookie left tackle.
It's not Brandon Coleman.
It is Brandon Coleman. Yes, Brandon Coleman is a stud. He looks like a franchise
He's a
left tackle.
superstar
He
left
showed
tackle,
out Brian
bro.
Burns. The film came up on my Twitter. Someone posted it. One of those Twitter guys who posts film. Shout out to whoever you are. Posted every snap of that shit, and I sat there and watched it because
He's a dog.
I'm a Commanders fan. I mean, this is a franchise left tackle. I mean, their draft class, they got ridiculed and shitted on. They drafted Jaden Daniels. They drafted Brandon Coleman. They drafted Mike Sanderstill. And they drafted Johnny Newton. These guys are all balling. And you
Yeah.
get Mike Sanderstill, who could now go back into the slot and play inside, which is more of his natural position. I mean,
He was a dog in
as
Michigan.
bad as it is, adding Marshawn Lattimore to the secondary, I wouldn't be surprised if Benjamin St. Juste, for as much as I shit on him, not having to go up against the number one corner, I wouldn't be surprised if he strings together a few good games.
He's always a decent CB2.
Yeah,
He was
and
always
He
decent.
is 6 size for the cornerback
does.
position too, and he's very physical in the run game, which always helps. My boy Quan Martin, second-year player, I forgot where Quan went to school, but he's having a breakout year. Who Ron Rivera, just for whatever reason, didn't want to play him last year. I loved him because of I did a Madden franchise with the Commanders last year, so he was one of my dogs. And then Jeremy Chin on the other side of him in that secondary, playing safety. Man flies all
Yeah.
over the field. He's another Madden legend. If you know, you know about
Yeah.
Jeremy Chin. But, I mean, they got some dogs. Bobby Wagner, for whatever reason, just doesn't age.
Bro, it makes zero sense.
Sure, he's not as good in coverage as he once was because he's old and slower now. But, I mean, in the run game, the man's ridiculous. Frankie Louvu's playing
Did he
great
lead the league in
football right
tackles
now.
last year? Or
Yeah.
was close
Yeah,
to-
he did.
Yeah. I mean, these guys
like
are
top
playing
five, yeah.
well right now. They're building momentum, and you just addressed the biggest weakness on the team. They're 7-2 for a reason. This team is an NFC contender. If we're going to say the
I agree.
Packers, if we're going to say the Eagles, if we're going to say the Vikings are NFC contenders, then the Commanders
Yeah, I'm there
are
with
in
you.
that thick of it. And as a fan of them, I think out of that group of teams that we're talking about here, again, the Lions in the NFC right now in a tier of their own.
Yep.
Sure, fine. In that second tier of teams in the NFC, the Eagles, the Vikings, the Packers, the Commanders, they have the best quarterback out of the bunch. And I think they have the best team out of the bunch.
I don't think I've ever seen a culture shift as quickly and as dramatically as the Commanders. Like you just mentioned Ron Rivera.
Houston.
That feels like a
This is Houston 2.0.
Sure, yeah. That feels like a lifetime ago, Ron Rivera coaching this team, and it's just unreal. Yeah, I mean, this defense has gotten better as the year's gone on, and Jaden Daniels is tearing it up. I'm right there with you. I think it's the Lions, and then it's a mix of Eagles, Packers, Vikings, Commanders.
Yeah, so it's tough because I don't think anyone is an NFC contender outside of the Lions at this point, and I
Right.
think the Eagles are better than people give them credit for. So I think it's like tier 1 is the Lions, tier 2 is the Eagles by themselves, and then it's like Packers, Vikings, Commanders, like
I mean,
however you want
God
to list that.
forbid next week the Commanders walk into their fucking trap and beat them on Thursday Night Football.
Hell to pay.
But then in
I'm
the
gonna
same
come here wearing the fucking Sam Howell jersey.
in the same token, if they get smacked around, that all has to go to the wayside for a while. And then we have to have that conversation.
That the Eagles
So-
are the clear number 2.
Not
Or
even just
just
that,
better than
that
the
the Commanders just aren't that. They're not there yet.
Yeah.
No,
What?
because if they get smacked around, they could beat them the second time at home. You know what I mean?
I guess.
It's more of a statement for the Commanders beating the Eagles than the Eagles beating
No,
the
I
Commanders,
don't
you know what
disagree
I
with
mean?
that, but
if they lose to the Commanders on the road, like the way
that's saying
you know what I
something.
mean?
Yeah, that's definitely saying
no, if they
something.
lose, I'm saying it's not really, like so what?
I'm saying
If they
don't get
dipped
embarrassed.
down-
That's
yeah,
what
if
I'm
they
saying.
Get embarrassed, but at the end of the day, like it happens. We saw the Bills get embarrassed to the Ravens. You know what I mean? Do we think differently about the Bills because they lost to the Ravens the way they did? Not really.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like, if they tap into the way how hot they are right now, they're due for a game where they don't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're due for a game
like
to get.
they
blown.
might not even be hot. They're just great team.
That's what I
Like,
think.
you know?
I think they're a great team, and
Yeah.
I think they are going to play the Eagles competitive. But my point being, if they
think so,
get
too.
if they get dicked down by the Eagles, it happens. You know what I mean? It
Long
happens.
season.
Yeah. I'm not going to change my assessment on this team from what I've seen for 9 weeks, and then say they suck. If it's because again they play Pittsburgh on the road this week too. They have to go to Pittsburgh and play them.
Stuff came too.
If they get embarrassed in both those games, then we can
Sure,
start having
yeah.
a different conversation. Even if they go 0-2 in these games, but play them close.
Yeah, I
still look
agree.
at the Commanders.
I
the same.
agree. I would. These next 2 weeks are going to show a lot, and they're potentially change my mind completely. As I said, like I have completely turned around on the Commanders. I didn't think they were all that good of a football team, and now here I am. They're top 5 in the NFC lock, in my personal opinion, probably top 4. I think they're better than the Falcons for certain, in my personal opinion. But as I always say, there is two sides to the football, and I do question their defense even after this move. I think losing Jonathan Allen, which I'm pretty sure it wasn't for
he's
the
out.
remainder of the
Yeah,
season.
it's him.
So
Yeah, I
that's
get them
huge.
Confused. They're like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
same guy.
literally.
They're both dominant. They're
Yeah,
both
they're the same
awesome.
guy.
But I think that matters. And even if they continue to get better throughout the season, I think, and I said in the chat, I said they're a year away. I said they're a year away from being legitimate Super Bowl contenders because probably going into an off season where I'm assuming you have cap space and stuff like that too, they're going to be insane next year. They're probably
And they're
going to be
committed and
favored.
actually making smart decisions too.
Exactly. You got all the right guys in place now. But Marshawn Lattimore, like you brought it up, I don't want to take away from the actual segment itself, has been dominant this year. Like he hasn't just been good. He hasn't just been great. He's been dominant.
The less
I
you
s-
see of a corner, the better they are, right?
I saw on PFF that he's only allowed 8 receptions all year. That's insane.
unreal.
That's insane. He's been ridiculous. He's been unbelievable. Any adjective, any descriptive word, that's how good Marshawn Lattimore has been. And I mean, yeah, he helps this team immensely, but I still think they're a few pieces away on the defensive side of the ball. So I'm not ready to put them in the NFC contention just yet.
Yeah. What's it called? I don't really got much to say on all that, honestly.
Do you think the Commanders can?
Just a yes or no.
Commit
Are the
NFC?
Commanders a NFC threat?
100%.
Okay.
A threat, yeah. They're definitely a threat. Are they gonna, win it all? I mean, that's more of a conversation to have, but they're definitely a threat to the to the NFC
I agree.
North. But I mean, honestly, I know we were saying Super Bowl contender before. It's not out of the realm. Like Tom said, they're not.
I think it is, but
I don't think it's like completely out of them. Like, and they're not winning games by luck or like by chance. Like, they're winning games because they're actually.
they won a game by luck.
They literally won by a
They
Hail Mary.
literally did win a game by luck.
Maybe one.
But hey, you got the win's all that matters. At the
So
end of the day,
did-
that's all you're
and
looking
the
at.
did
kicker
fucking
not
Chiefs.
being
So did the
on
fucking
team.
Chiefs won.
I'm just saying.
Fucking a game last night off of luck. They won the fucking coin toss in
They
overtime.
have
They've
the
won
refs.
they've won a lot of games this season because of luck too. Yeah.
And it's like at the end of the day, like
Skill.
I mean,
You need the football gods on your side if you.
I'd
wanna
rather
win.
be lucky
Yeah.
than good every time.
You need the football gods.
We gotta
We've
be
seen it
good to
time
be
and time
lucky.
again.
I don't give a
They're
fuck.
good.
They're
They
very
are.
good.
The football
That's what I'm
gods
saying.
like them. Clearly,
Well,
clearly the football gods are on their side.
Yep.
yeah.
So,
Did you see the clip of during the coin toss of Baker Mayfield?
Yeah.
he just put his head down.
Bro
He's
put his
like-
head down, knew it was over. Yep.
Yeah.
So the rest of the trade deadline, pretty boring trade deadline day. We got a lot of the trades earlier in the season
Right.
so far. The rest of these trades, how I want to do this, I'm going to say the trade. I'm going to say who got traded where, the notable name. And you guys just give me a sentence to describe your thoughts, and we'll just run through them.
Sure.
So the most other notable trade is Zadarius
Yep.
Smith going to the Detroit Lions. So just a quick sentence or two, how you feel.
kind of what I said about the Commanders. I think it was the best move they could have made, and anytime you do that, you get an A+. So good job, Lions.
Yeah, I mean, I think they absolutely smashed it, and the Lions didn't need to make this move, and now they're even better for it.
I was gonna say I didn't think the Lions needed any move this season, but if there's one more that could benefit that fucking that's a Super Bowl contending team. That union, baby. That unit. Shit, I'll take it. If I was a Lions fan, I would be ecstatic.
Also, if you get Aiden back at some point this season, that pass rush is going
They
to
said
be
possibly a Super Bowl.
actually the most ridiculous thing I've ever
That
seen.
shit's always so corny when they say a guy could come back for the Super. Like, come on, bro.
So you're
Come
telling
back
me
for
it's
the-
over? Yeah. Basically, you're
yeah,
telling me
so
it's
it's
over.
over.
Come back for the Super Bowl. Come on.
It sucks.
Without
but-
playing for months and months, he's gonna suit up for that game and potentially re-injure himself. Come on.
But those they desperately needed an edge presence to rush the passer because their defensive tackles are all insane.
Yeah.
All insane.
Yeah, Zadarius Smith, look, he's not the Pro Bowl talent he once was, but compared to what they
Still really
had with Aiden Hutchinson out, he's the best pass rusher on this team.
Right.
And even if he's just a rotational pass rusher, not an every down guy, just because he's older and needs his rest, he helps significantly. So, like you said, Tom, if there was any move for this team to make, it was this one. So, if I had to grade it, A+. Rest of these, Jonathan Mingo to Dallas.
No, that's just hilarious.
Yeah, it's just funny. Yeah. 4th rounder for Jonathan Mingo. You could why?
What the fuck?
Yeah, I honestly, the sentence is, this is a joke. This is a joke. So, it's all fun and games.
Not needed.
Yeah. A former Jet heading over to Pittsburgh. Mike Williams to the Steelers.
So upsetting. I'll go first on this one. Fuck. That guy has not gotten enough opportunity.
Peter said this every week.
They take that guy off the field. Bro, he literally had a huge playmaking catch. Fucking, what was it, 2 games ago. They took bro right off the field. The way to fucking lose momentum.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I hope that guy. At this point, it's a respect for Mike Williams thing. Not even he's a Jet. Like, I respect that guy. I hope he does way better things. I don't think the Jets respected him enough. I don't think the fucking whoever the fuck is calling those shots respected Mike Williams at all. And it's so upsetting. You're talking a receiver who's very historically very, very, very talented. A huge. Look, I'm gonna vent way too much on this,
But he's old.
I'm happy for him.
And
He's old.
coming off
He's
an
old.
ACO.
He's old. So is Devontae. So is fucking Lazard, and they're throwing them the ball. They're giving them the opportunity. Mike Williams is fucking chop liver for no reason. Go ahead, bring Devontae Adams over. Now he's really not.
Chop liver.
The only reason he was even in the fucking game is because Lazard was out sick or
Well,
something.
yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
It makes it. I said after the Devontae trade, I thought Lazard was the odd man out with this group of receivers. I thought Mike Williams' ability to stretch the field would be valuable for this team, but especially now with Alan Lazard out and on IR for the next few weeks, I mean, you got to rely on Malachi Corley, who we just saw is not
Xavier
ready.
Gibson.
Just not rely on the
Malachi
fucking
Corley
ball.
is not ready to be an NFL player right now, so it's just very I get it.
Very odd.
I get it. You know, he was probably not happy with his role. Clearly, Aaron Rodgers wasn't happy with him. He could get up on the McAfee show and say how much he respects him, all he fucking wants. Actions speak louder than words, Aaron. Like, we saw what you did at the press conference, but yada, yada, yada. Don't want to go into Aaron Rodgers any more than I have to, but just to... I think it's weird. I know the writing was on the wall, but I'm not a fan of it from a Jets perspective. From a Steelers perspective, why the hell not?
That's what they need a guy like Mike Williams.
Yeah,
Honestly,
that's kind of what I was gonna say. I mean, the Steelers, they wanted a better
they needed D-Hop.
receiver, obviously.
They needed D-Hop.
These poor,
and now they're getting
these
Mike
poor guys were
Williams.
trying, man. They were trying to get a receiver. I think they needed, ironically, Deontay Johnson more, a guy like that can
Okay.
cut up the field,
Yeah.
compliment George Pickens. I think that sums it up perfect. Why the hell not for the Steelers? You need a guy. Take a shot on Mike Williams. Done big things in his career. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I think it was worth the shot, but I feel bad for the Steelers, man, because originally, the Brandon Ayuk trade in place, and get well soon to Brandon Ayuk, and then Christian Kirk trade also in place, and then get well soon to Christian Kirk. So I feel really bad. There seems to be a Steelers curse. Anytime they want a player, they just end up getting injured. I hope Mike Williams stays healthy. I hope we still see some semblance of Mike Williams from his prime.
Yeah.
But look, you have 2 receivers now that love to play Russell Wilson football.
I saw Nico Elite Takes on Twitter. He posted a highlight reel of Lob City, Chris Paul throwing lobs to Blake Griffin and DeAndre Jordan. He said Russell Wilson throwing jump balls to Mike Williams and George Pickens.
Yep.
That basically sums it up perfectly.
You're
it's going to be fun. I think
You're
it's gonna
playing
be
Russell
fun.
Wilson football now.
And the
You're
way
definitely
he's
playing
played
Russell Wilson
since
football.
he got named the starter, like, why the hell not go
Exactly,
all in with
yeah.
this Russell Wilson ball? So I like it for them. I like Mike Williams. He's a guy I always had a soft spot for. I don't know why, but
He was always fun,
yeah, I love
and he
him.
just never could fully stay healthy.
He was one of
so.
those guys who always disappointed in fantasy because of the injuries and stuff and the inconsistencies.
You never
but
played him the right week.
I just couldn't
Yes.
be mad at him. I just couldn't be mad at him. I don't know. I just had a soft spot for him. I had him in Dynasty for a while.
I'm taking him for a fucking touchdown.
I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm
100%.
wrong, Mike Will came out of college and had a severe neck injury or something.
Yeah, he's dealt with injuries.
He's dealt with
he's
so
been
much
riddled
bad
with
shit.
injuries.
Like it's hard not to root for a guy like
Yeah.
Mike Williams.
Yeah.
So I think it's gonna work.
Yeah.
I want to meet you, Mike Williams.
Trey White to Baltimore. Nothing to
Should have
say.
got Lattimore, but that's the sentence. Should have got Lattimore.
Well, imagine the Chiefs got him. They were in on it too. He's cooked.
Yeah, I mean the Ravens needed defensive help. I mean, if I was a Ravens fan, I'd be pissed right
Pretty
now.
disappointed.
I'd
yeah.
be pissed. Yeah,
Fuming.
fuming because the way this offense is, it's clearly a Super Bowl offense, but the defense is just nowhere close. to
So
a
sad
Super Bowl
too, because
level
their defense last year was.
It was
maybe
the
best-
opposite.
Yeah.
Li- Not the opposite, but like it was the defense was lights
Rock
out.
solid. Yeah.
Yeah. Pittsburgh made another trade, getting Preston Smith from Green Bay.
I liked that for nothing.
Cool.
Another pass rusher
why the
added
hell
to the
not?
rotation.
The
like,
best defense in the league. Why not?
He's gonna look like a stud.
Yeah.
bro, their pass rush
Mike Thomas
rotation is
team.
insane.
Yeah.
Actually insane.
Gives TJ Watt, some time to get a breather here. and
Alex
there.
Highsmith,
Alex
same
Highsmith,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah. Last one I'll wrap it up with because the rest of these I really don't care about. Khalil Herbert to Cincinnati. I know you love Khalil Herbert.
Love Khalil
You're a
Herbert.
big Khalil Herbert guy. Yeah.
Love Khalil Herbert.
I don't think Cincinnati needs him.
Chase Brown season.
Zach
November
Moss
3rd,
is out
20
for Zach Moss is out for the season.
Yeah, Chase Brown season, November 3rd, 2024 to November 5th, 2024. It was
Chase
fun.
Brown's cool.
It was
Don't
fun,
get me
man.
wrong.
Oh, it was fun. It was a fun ride those 2
You know
days.
what? I was so mad when I saw this
Oh,
trade. I'm
man.
happy for Khalil
I
Herbert.
just traded Tank Dell for Chase Brown too, like
Yo.
2 weeks ago.
Trust. It's just insurance.
He's still gonna
Yeah,
be good.
yeah, he's still gonna be-
gonna be
he's still
good.
gonna be
He's
good,
the
yeah.
bell cow.
We saw
He's
that
a
he
questionable
was.
tag this week. That's why they made the trade. So they didn't have no running back.
We
Chase
saw that
Brown's the bell cow.
he took over. He was starting to take over a little bit when Zach Moss was there too. But I think it's gonna be close to a 50-50. I think it might be 60-40 Chase Brown. I think they're going to realize though that Khalil Herbert is valuable. One of the better runners of the football the past 2 seasons in the entire NFL. Very efficient. Actually led the league in yards per carry 2 years ago. I love Khalil Herbert. I've always thought he deserved a chance to be a starting running back in the NFL, and I think he does a lot of the same things Zach Moss did, but better. So I think
Chase Brown's.
I think it's a great trade for the Bengals, and I'm happy for Khalil Herbert. Did you see what he tweeted? He said,
Thank God.
yes, yep.
I understand.
He wasn't getting the rock, man.
Yeah, no,
he wants
I
the rock.
He was very
Nah.
happy to be out of there.
I like Khalil Herbert, the talent, but for my fantasy football teams, all 50 of them, I needed to continue to be Chase Brown. See,
Yeah, me too.
needed him in the Lav League too.
So,
Unfortunately,
let's pray. Let's pray. It's just
Let's go Chase Brown.
Yeah, and that's
it?
that's the trade deadline.
Do
yeah.
we think Deontay Johnson gets a touchdown this week?
I don't know.
I had 46 cents left in my FanDuel account. I put Deontay Johnson first touchdown. Didn't work, but
Bro, Mino
Oh.
squeezed in on our touchdown late, went 4 for 7, man. On Sunday
Tough,
during the
man.
1 o'clock games, fucking Tyreek Hill,
Tyreek Hill.
Tony Pollard had like fucking 30
touchdowns.
touchdowns wiped off the board because of penalties against the Patriots, bro. He deadass got in literally 30
Yep.
times. They all got wiped off.
Yeah, I had Kyron in my parlay too, and 1 week he doesn't score. Like, come on, man. But that just means it's a lock next week. Now for the smoothest transition in all of podcasting history. You mentioned the trade deadline. Some other big moves happened. Some coaches, not some coaches. One coach got dismissed from his team. Dennis Allen was fired by the New Orleans Saints. Derek Carr has now gotten Dennis Allen fired twice in season, 10 years apart.
That's electric.
That's pretty crazy.
Electric.
How do we feel about this move? I mean, the Saints season is over. We know it. Their players know it. I mean, those.
I mean,
tweets-
what a
dude,
what a-
those tweets were insane.
What a fun
That was
time that
wild.
was. Growing on Twitter on Sunday. Oh, man. I mean, it was just like,
I don't know if I hooked that well.
it's fine.
Good? All right.
Yeah, it's fine.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, it was good.
All I gotta
Um,
say about this, you lose 7 games in a row. What the fuck did you think was gonna happen?
Yeah, I mean, not even just that, but after your entire team takes to Twitter, the
Your
way they did,
former players, your players' siblings, your current
Cam
players.
Jordan fucking apologized. He said, "We lost to the Panthers. Y'all deserve that." Like after that, you gotta fire the coach. So I guess they made the right decision in that regard. But I mean, we all knew it going into the season. He was probably leading up into the season. He had the hottest seat of any coach.
Yes, and I'm pretty
And-
sure he led the league in odds for the first coach to be fired.
Yeah, as he should have. They blue balled the shit out of you the first 2 weeks of the season.
Yeah.
But this
Well, a
was,
lot of injuries too.
yeah, they definitely
Whole
yeah
lot of
they definitely
injuries,
got
too.
like I said. Opposite of the Commanders, football gods just aren't on.
We're
the
not
same
on their side.
Weren't
No,
on their side, but
they
I mean,
haven't been for a while now.
Yeah, I don't really have much thoughts on this. I mean, shit. if you could, go get a shit. You have Clint Kubiak calling plays, who I think is the answer there. Shit, go get a Rob Saleh.
Yeah, or
Go get
Mike
Rob
Vrabel.
Saleh.
Man.
Or even
Go get a
Vrabel.
Rob Saleh.
The Saints are fucked. This is hilarious, though. Lonnie Johnson Jr. plays for the Panthers. Tweeted, "Damn, bro, so are we in last or y'all?" He replied to Cam Jordan's tweet and said, "Damn, bro, so are we in last or y'all?" And then Saint Bink Saunders, I don't know who that is.
Kalen Saunders.
Sure, okay.
That's the big guy who got the interception.
Yes,
Yes,
it is.
yes, okay.
It is.
He said, "LMAO, Lonnie brothers, shut your weak ass up. We'll both still be in Cabo January 10th." Shaking my head. I know we ain't in no last place argument. This is absurd. Then F follows that up. Motherfuckers is cheekbones, shaking my head. New Orleans, y'all deserve better. My only goal is to finish above 500 at this point. Follows that up. Fans keep losing. Fans say keep losing so we can get number 1 pick. Hell, throw me in a quarterback. Shit, let's have something fun to watch. I've never, ever seen anything like.
The age of social media is golden.
What a
golden.
dumpster
Golden.
fire, though. I mean,
When you don't have a coach, like, no, who's gonna hold you accountable for it?
And
Apologizing for lose. I tweeted this from the BallGame account too. I said, imagine your team is so bad that when you beat somebody, the players have to go and apologize to the fans.
Yep.
Because they lost to you. But
yo, the Saints got me an offer in Dynasty for a 2nd-round pick for Bryce Young.
oh my God,
I didn't
no.
take it, but someone offered
I
it.
offered that shit.
Wow.
I offered a 2nd for Bryce
I'm
Young.
not giving him no quarterback though. Dak Prescott's hurt. I'm not helping you.
I
out.
wasn't even
Bryce
starting him
Young's
this
the
week,
future.
but I wanted
Bryce
to.
Young's
I wanted
But-
to take the chance.
Yeah, I mean, Saints are dumpster fire. They started out 2-0. You said they were Super Bowl contenders. You're an idiot. Lost 7 in a row is
Lost half
nefarious work.
And I don't know if Derek Carr out there trying to get Chris Olave killed. Oh my God.
It's also a dirty hit.
Yeah.
The
for
Mike
sure.
Thomas tweets were crazy too.
Oh my
I
God,
mean,
yeah.
Derek Carr does throw fucking hospital balls.
Yeah,
He does.
known for
Absolutely.
that, but
He does.
Yeah, it was a dirty.
But
hit.
Michael Thomas.
Yeah, it was dirty.
Michael Thomas
Like,
is
again, back to the football
We're all on
gods.
both
The
sides,
football
you know.
gods are not on Chris Olave's side.
No, man, that
clearly.
dude just
Poor
gets-
guy,
not.
bro.
He just
Yeah.
gets hit so
hopefully,
hard.
he gets better soon. Sit out a few weeks, let
please.
your head get right. But the terrible thing to see.
Horrible.
Yeah, I
Third
mean-
concussion this year, right?
I think so.
Or he was evaluated
I
for
think
one, had 2.
Yeah, he had
Yep.
one, got evaluated for another one, and now I'm
That's-
sure this one is a. I'd be shocked. if
Five
it's-
Oh,
since
it's a
five since
concussion.
his rookie or his last year in Ohio State. I think he got one.
yeah.
He's had 5 since being in the league.
Bro.
Yeah.
That's like
Yeah, I mean, it's the
concerning.
same conversation we had about Tua. We have to have about him.
Pretty
It's
sure
like-
Wes Welker had like 17 diagnosed concussions throughout his NFL career. That's
my God.
I mean,
nuts.
those receivers who played for the Patriots are gritty. Just play the game the right
Oh,
way.
They
yeah.
do just play the
Put
game
it
the
all
right
on the
way.
line, leave it all out there, man.
Yeah, for sure. Dogs, but
Dennis
Yeah.
Allen, fuck Dennis Allen.
Yeah,
Dennis Allen sucks.
I
bro.
don't really
can't
have more.
stand that.
Yeah,
fucker.
I
don't
hate
know.
him in press
I
conferences.
don't know how he got a job. I can't stand that.
all the
fucking
shit
guy.
that he's like, all the shit that he said to Kendra Miller while Kendra Miller was going through all of his
They're like,
injuries.
what do you
and
see
shit.
out of him or whatever? And he's like, I don't know. He's not on the field. Hard to see what he can do. Like, what the fuck?
He's like, yeah.
wrong with
He's
you?
like, yeah. We need him on the field. He's like, there's a problem. He's like, there's clearly a problem. We need him on the field. And he's like giving Kendra shit for being injured. Like, brother, come on. Like, you're the head coach. Like, build some guys up, not knock them down. And he never,
I don't
ever
understand.
holds himself accountable. Ever holds himself accountable either. And that is the sign of a horrendous head coach as well. So
That's the
fuck
easiest way to
Dennis
lose a
Allen.
locker room. Yeah.
Fuck Dennis Allen. A non-accomplished Sean Payton over there feeding off a fucking Super Bowl that happened like 15 years ago. Or I don't even know if he was a part of that staff.
I was just
But
gonna ask that,
regardless,
yeah.
regardless, feeding off fucking Sean Payton and all the greatness that Sean Payton had. Fuck him. Hate him.
Yeah, that guy sucks. Don't hire him. No one hire him. Somebody hire him. It's not an NFL team to lead your team, coach your team.
Yeah. Dennis Allen got fired, but there's another coach who should be fired within the next couple of weeks. I'm wearing the Jalen Johnson jersey. It's the Bears head coach, Matt Eberflus. Matt Eberflus needs to get fired. The Bears on a 2-game losing streak right now. They just lost on the Hail Mary to the Commanders. And then this week, they get absolutely throttled by the Arizona Cardinals. And I think the play that just sums it up is right before half, allowing, a 65-yard rushing touchdown with, 10 seconds left on the clock?
I think there was a stat that was the longest.
Longest touchdown run with, that
Before
much
half,
time left
yeah.
before half. Something something that's never been done before
Yeah.
is what they did. And to me, that's just coaching and not being prepared and your guys not being prepared. And we see it with all these guys. I mean, you know, Tyreek Stevenson not being prepared for the moment in the Hail Mary. That's coaching. What does Dean love to say? Accountability, yada, 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 yada. It's not being prepared for the moment. Calling a fullback dive to an offensive lineman with the game on the line is horrible.
Very
I
well
know
could
he
have
didn't
won your
call
award.
it, but he's not the one calling offensive plays, but you're the one that authorizes that shit as the head coach. And then again, in this week, just getting absolutely dicked down the way you did was embarrassing. And you know, you see all the DJ Moore stuff. I mean, DJ
I was
Moore
about to say that.
just all year, just running routes like he just does not give a fuck. I mean, I'm done. The same way I feel about Aaron Rodgers is the way I feel about DJ Moore. Like, just stop being a fucking diva and play the goddamn sport. You're getting paid all this fucking money. Go out there and fucking play like you mean it, bro.
It's so weird because he's never been one to be like this. Ever.
I just don't get it. Just go out there and
balling out
fucking
in Carolina for no reason, like
coming
for
off
no
a
good.
career year, bro.
With,
Like,
horrible,
just-
with horrible quarterbacks.
Just
Right.
go out there and fucking play, man. And I mean, even Caleb, like, I have a bunch of stats, but I don't even really care to read them off. Like, Caleb has not been good over the past few
Been
weeks.
bad.
He's been dog shit. And it, as much as everyone wants to blame it on the offensive line, I was looking on the PFF. They're a top 12 unit in terms of pass blocking and run blocking, according to PFF. And I know PFF isn't the end-all, be-all, but according to PFF, their offensive line is not as bad as it seems. Caleb Williams' flaws from USC are translating
Yes.
here. He's holding on to the ball forever. He's not taking his check down. So the laundry list goes on and on. The route combinations that this team runs sometimes. I saw Theo Ash post one. It was DJ Moore running a speed out like he's a 70-year-old grandpa. That's Caleb's first read. So the next read is over the middle of the field, right to left. Keenan Allen's on a choice route. It's man coverage, so he should take that across the field to be Caleb's second read. Instead, he finds a spot and sits as if it's fucking zone coverage. Like, I just don't. How do you not know what route to run? If it's a choice, Keenan Allen, one of the smartest,
Yes.
savviest receivers in the league, how do you not make the right choice there? It's just. It's a dumpster fire of play calling. It's a dumpster fire of holding guys accountable. And it's a dumpster fire of development within the organization. The defense is cool and fun, but even they've taken a few steps back these last few weeks, and they're not as dominant as they should be. They got gashed in the fucking run against the Cardinals. Absolutely fucking
They haven't
embarrassed
been good against
by,
the run all
by
year.
DeMarcado. I mean, come on. What the hell are we doing?
And Connor.
Yeah, James Conner is
But
a
Conner
dog.
will do
Yeah,
that there.
James
James
Conner's
Conner's
a
Conner,
dog,
yeah.
yeah. But DeMarcado, I mean, what the hell are we doing? And
I can't do that.
I mean, Matt Eberflus his record is terrible since he's been taken over as head coach. He clearly authorized bringing in Shane Waldron, who fucking sucks as an offensive coordinator. And again, Matt Eberflus is clearly losing the locker room. I mean, DJ Moore was on the phone today. They were asking him, "Do you think Matt Eberflus lost the locker room?" He didn't just say no. He said, "I'd like to believe he didn't." Like what? That's what you're saying about your coach. I mean, come on. Like he lost the locker room. You have a guy who's supposed to be the franchise savior.
I'm getting to something here. I was listening to the halftime thing. I wanted to
Oh.
bring that up, but go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, you have a franchise quarterback here, and again, what have we? Something we've been preaching all year. At the end of the day, organizational incompetence trumps all, and the Bears are an incompetent organization. They employ an incompetent head coach. They went out of their way to employ an incompetent offensive coordinator, and that is the reason why Caleb Williams looks like the worst starting quarterback out of this rookie draft class. Caleb Williams, the number one pick, the surefire, can't-miss prospect, looks worse than Bo Nix. That is embarrassing, and sure, we could put some blame on Caleb Williams because he's not doing his part, but at the end of the day, organizational incompetence trumps all. Matt Eberflus needs to be fired before the season ends. You need to show these guys that you are not an incompetent organization, that you could cut your losses, that you can make your loss before it's too late. Do that shit early, like you always say. The good organizations move on from their mistakes. They realize they made a mistake, and they move the hell on. Show your guys that you are willing to move on and find the right guy. Ben Johnson will be available again this offseason. Go make sure you get Ben Johnson to be the head coach of this football team at all costs. There is no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You give Ben Johnson a blank check.
Or
That's it.
If you're not even going to do that, hire a guy that's going to hold people accountable and hold firm to the culture. I firmly believe that any head coaching opening that becomes available, I think Mike Vrabel should be
I
up.
was going to say the same
Fuck
thing.
Mike Vrabel.
No, but
No.
I think he should
Because they
always be
no,
involved.
But these guys need a modern NFL. Like Mike Vrabel is a great coach and a great leader of men, and sure he'll hold guys accountable.
But think about how many people are going to want to be on his staff.
Sure.
That's the difference.
Yeah, but no. This team with Caleb Williams, the generational quarterback, with the damage they've done to him this year already, with how bad he's playing this year already, they need an offensive mastermind to be his best friend, to be the head coach of this team, to be the guy that turns this. It's Ben John for this team. I think Mike Vrabel will be a great head coach again. I think he is a great head coach. I think a lot of teams will be lining up to get him. Not this team. This
Boggles
team.
my mind. He doesn't have a head
Yeah,
coach.
I completely agree. Mike Vrabel is
Yeah.
a great coach, like a phenomenal coach. And again, any team would be lucky to have him. For this team, it's Ben Johnson or bust. That's how I feel about it. You give Ben Johnson the blank check.
Yeah.
You need someone to be the head coach of this. You need an offensive passing master. Like Mike Vrabel puts out great offenses, sure, but he had Derrick Henry and he had Arthur Smith.
Yeah.
You know, it was a running culture. That's not what this team needs. Sure, they need culture that Mike Vrabel builds, but they need, with the way Shane Waldron is calling plays right now, again, with the game on the line, a handoff to the offensive lineman is ridiculous. But it's Ben Johnson or bust for me.
So I'm going to throw a crazy idea out there. And Ryan Poles, formerly the assistant GM of the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm pretty sure. I actually love Ryan Poles, the GM of the Bears. The talent that he added this offseason was phenomenal. All the moves he made were praised heavily.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I don't know if this happens for sure, but a previous Bears head coach is back in Kansas City and has ties to Ryan Poles. His name is Matt Nagy.
No, you don't do that again.
I agree, but this is a new regime. It's not the same people
you
in
don't
place.
You just don't do that.
I'm just
shot.
saying.
You
I'm
don't
just
do that.
saying.
No
You
shot.
don't do that.
I'm just throwing it out
It's
there.
Ben Johnson or bust
I agree.
for this team.
And
With
I'll,
the talent that Caleb Williams is, it needs to be Ben Johnson.
I'll say this real quick too. I think Eberflus sucks. He doesn't sound especially good. He doesn't handle the media all that well. I'm sure going to talk about some of the answers that he's had and stuff like that. I just want to say Caleb Williams also, like you said, has really not been good. I saw a stat that had the top 10 players of most like off-target targets or whatever it was.
3 guys in the top 10.
3 of the top 10. 6, 8,
ridiculous.
and 10, I think.
Yeah.
Which is nuts.
Yeah.
Part of that is also offensive game plan. We all knew Shane Waldron sucked. This is not new. We all knew Shane Waldron was ass because he did the same thing in Seattle. He was horrible there. He's horrible everywhere he's been. So I don't understand why this was the hire in the first place.
Terrible staff, top to bottom.
Or atrocious staff top to bottom. And I think they'll fix this. I think Ben Johnson is the right move. I do agree with the offensive weapons you have.
There's no reason for this team to be a bottom 10 offense in basically every offensive statistic this
Yep.
year. There's no, I'm not saying they have to be the best, but bottom 10 in basically every major statistic besides PFF blocking stats is ridiculous.
At least they have a good O-line.
Right, but that's the problem is that the best team stat for this team is their blocking. Their
And that's been
biggest
the most
weakness.
criticized
right.
too from
Yeah.
people.
Their biggest weakness that everyone thought is their best stat, basically. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah, you guys pretty much hit everything. The offensive disaster, yes, but it's a culture disaster. I mean, Matt Eberflus, that's what I was looking at. I didn't realize it would be like everyone looking at me when I was trying to listen to it. But the quote pretty much was he was coming out of halftime. I forget what the score is, and they asked him like, "What are you going to do about it?" And he was like, "The score is what it is, but at least we have each other." That's what he said. What the fuck does that mean? What the hell
It
does
means
that
at
mean?
least to have each other.
Yeah, sure.
He's just happy to have a job.
But you just
And
like,
granted, I will give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt in that scenario because when they're coming back onto the field after halftime and those sideline reporters interview them, a lot of times, I mean, Greg Popovich is notorious for this, just saying some bullshit to basically
yeah, but Greg
get him
Popovich
to-
is Greg Popovich.
Yeah, I know, but like a lot of in that scenario,
get
a lot
it,
of
I get it.
coaches kind of just give a shut the hell up.
Yeah,
and
but
leave
at
me
least
alone
we
type
have
of
each
answer.
other is a
It's
crazy.
crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Like they'll say,
it's
yeah, we
crazy,
made
it's crazy.
adjustments and we're ready to go for the second half.
The guys just
Say that.
the team just isn't bought in. Like you mentioned, DJ Moore walking off the field mid-play. And then, a lot of people are on saying that he couldn't be eligible to catch a pass, whatever, because he went out of bounds. The guy didn't watch the play. He went to the bench.
Yeah.
It said drives over. Like, not bought, and just guys just aren't bought in, just aren't doing their jobs. And That always starts with coaching, and this guy
You even
needs to
see
lose his
Keenan
job.
Allen like dropping balls and not running the right routes, and it's like that's Keenan motherfucking Allen. Like
It's one of the greatest receivers of our generation.
Right, like if he's older and his injuries caught up to him and his athleticism isn't there anymore, whatever. But like making
He's
wrong
making
decisions,
that
Not
hasn't
what-
even been the
right,
problem.
that's what I'm saying.
Right,
Like that's
making
not
forward
what Keenan
plays.
Allen's issue.
Like
should be.
there's no reason that Rome Odunze should be the best receiver on this team right now. There's no reason.
Well, he's a
for it.
dog.
He is a dog, but there's no reason that in year one, given what we thought of this Bears team going in, that he should be the best. And he is, like the stats don't say it. He is the best receiver on this team right now.
Yes.
He's playing the best
He
football on this
is.
team right now. DJ Moore's a diva, and Keenan Allen just freaking stinks and is fat.
tough.
And Caleb stinks.
Bad
Like
combo.
I love Caleb, but he fucking stinks right
He
now.
had a good run against shit defenses. All right, call it what it is.
Yeah, he did.
Played well against terrible defenses.
You know, you would have
The
expected.
thing is, the Commanders'
positive.
defense was supposed to be terrible when he played them 2 weeks ago. They shut him the
did
hell
shut him
down.
down.
The Cardinals' defense is not. Cardinals' defense had a career day. Like the whole entire defense.
They've had a
Cardinals are
little
so
stretch right now.
confusing.
Their defense
I
had-
love Jonathan Gannon.
No, I
love
like John Gannon too, but they had like the best defensive day they could have possibly had.
100%,
against the Bears.
yes.
Like it's embarrassing. They're embarrassing themselves, the Bears. Like I love Jalen Johnson. That's my dog. He's the best corner in the league, but everything else, no bueno.
They stink.
Yeah,
They
it's bad.
stink.
Yeah, they're bad.
Who would have thought that's the Super Bowl? That's not the Super Bowl rookie. Who would have thought Jaden Daniels is? Jaden Daniels.
Sure is.
So
85,
remember all the
baby.
Super Bowl hopes the Bears fans had going into the season?
Did Nick Wright say they were going to the Super Bowl?
Nick Wright said they were going to the Super Bowl.
He did. Yeah, he did.
85, baby.
So
What did the Migos say in that song?
Mama
17,
told
5,
me.
same color. t-shirt.
White.
Yo, was 17 on the field on Sunday, bro? Where was he? In the end zone.
He might have been on the field.
No,
but
he
I
was
just
on the
knew.
field.
All I know is the bank was open on Sunday.
Bank was open on Sunday.
Bank was wide open.
The bank's always open.
You could have
these
ran
days.
in there.
17, 5, same color.
Bank don't close. man.
Mama.
We got to do a segment on specifically him because what the fuck is his
Deontay
problem?
Banks.
What is his problem?
He's bad at football.
But why out of nowhere?
Oh, because he had the. It's like. So imagine this scenario.
oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Imagine this scenario
Hit him with it.
where
Paint a picture.
Why'd you do this?
Bronny James gets drafted to the Clippers. And then the Clippers play the Lakers. And Bronny James on the Clippers has to guard his father, LeBron James. That's the equivalent of Deontay Banks trying to guard Terry McLaurin.
Regardless, though, I don't.
Fuck the
No.
Giants.
So his fucking problem is the fact that he doesn't play the ball ever. Never
and he
plays
runs
the
his
ball.
mouth, and Terry McLaurin
does
shuts
run
that
his
shit
mouth.
He
up.
always plays great coverage, but he doesn't ever fucking play the ball. So great receivers are always, and he's always matched up against the best receivers because we look at him as the best corner on the team. So like they're gonna catch the fucking football if you're not gonna play the football. So that's why he fucking sucks.
You know the George Pickens that didn't get called a touchdown, the same foot
Yeah.
down twice. The whole time me and my dad are screaming at the TV, why is he not going for the ball? He's going for the tackle. He got beat on the route,
He always does that.
turned around and tackled the guy out of bounds, which, to be fair, is the reason why he didn't. It wasn't
Terry
a touchdown.
McLaurin beat his ass on the most basic slant route I've probably
Literally
ever
ju-
seen.
didn't
in my
even,
life.
like, fake out. Yeah.
No like double move or anything, bro. Took 2 steps straight and said, and took 2 steps, ball right in the chest. Deontay Banks lost in toast, bro. Come on, man.
That's too is crazy.
17, 5.
We
Come
suck.
on, man.
We suck.
Yeah.
We're
That's
bad.
it.
It's all right.
Ward, though.
Cam Ward though.
He's
All right.
I don't know about that. We'll see what happens.
Yo, I can't
next, Pete.
wait for the Giants to be great.
Yeah.
We're gonna be waiting a long time.
Whatever. I can't wait for
should
the
wait.
Giants to be great with Cam Ward, and then you come around and say, "Oh, this man's sick," and I'm gonna be like, "I've been."
I told you it depends on the coaching. Depends on who he ends up with.
Okay, but regardless, you don't think
If he's with
Dable's
Dable?
good enough to develop his
I think Dable's awesome.
out of his
I
mistakes,
fear
though?
that
That's his
Dable
only
might
problem.
not be the fucking coach next year.
Unfortunately,
Nah.
yeah.
You say nah.
I know.
All right, bro.
You say nah, but it's the truth.
I
All right. All
understand.
right.
All right, well, coming up next, with the camera on.
Christ. What is this, Disney Channel? What is this, Disney Channel, Pete?
What?
I'm Pete, and you're watching Ball
What
Game
the fuck
Pod.
did I just say wrong?
So coming up
Truthfully.
next, we have Wizards of Waverly Place.
Fuck yeah.
All right, you know what? Fuck you. This is the all East. Fuck you. Wait, which camera is it on? This is the all AFC East fantasy team. So we're going about this as per usual. 1 quarterback, 2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. What do we got here? What do we got here,
great
gentlemen?
intro.
Wait,
Pete.
NFCs or AFCs?
AFCs.
It's a great intro,
AFC.
Pete. So
Thank you.
quarterback is pretty self-explanatory. It's the MVP of the NFL. It's Josh Allen.
Yeah, we could lock in Josh Allen.
Lamar's
Comfortable with Josh Allen at quarterback
Allen
for
easily, yeah.
sure.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer. Just kidding. It's Lamar Jackson. Hey, you.
Lamar.
Wide
Well, that's
receiver.
not possible.
Things get a little bit murky.
No, we
here.
go running back
Oh,
next.
running back,
We go
sorry.
running back next. So
James Cook.
AFC East
It's
running
James
back.
Cook and
Brees
Brees.
Hall. Yeah, Brees
James
Hall
Cook
is
and
number 1, and then
There's also A-Chain there.
Yeah.
oh,
yeah.
Devon Achane. Yeah. Good call, Pete. It's Brees and
Achane.
Devon Achane. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Brees and
Achane.
Devon A-Chain. I am loving it. I'm going to
A-Chain.
write this down so we got our nice team going. So Brees and A-Chain.
Achane.
At the wide
Let him live,
receiver
bro.
spot,
No.
who do we
You
got?
said it 75 times.
We got 2 wide receivers to choose from, 4 teams. What do we got, boys?
G5 is in there.
Well, Garrett Wilson is in there. Yeah.
Garrett Wilson is a no-brainer.
Oh, boom.
Boom. So Garrett
Bro,
Wilson.
we
Jesus,
can't
clear
say
she
Amari, right?
No.
I fear it may be both of the Jet receivers. Not a Patriot. Tyree.
Like, we got to project here because they've all
Well, yeah,
not been
we
good.
are project. We have to.
So, with the projection involved,
We gotta put Tyreek
it has
Hill, right?
to be Tyreek Hill. It has
like-
to be.
Oh, but we're talking fantasy. Who's been producing?
We do a little bit of
mean-
both with this.
The options
He's
are
had 0 production.
options are Devontae,
I was gonna say, is it
Tyreek,
Devontae now?
and Coop. They've
I'll-
all been ass or out in their own respective right. So like this, I feel like this has to be
best player,
all-
yeah.
I'm gonna be
all-
honest, dude. If I had to start any of those guys, like even though Tyreek's been performing the way he has been, I would go Tyreek.
I
Yeah,
probably would too.
I would agree. Yeah,
Yeah,
Start
so-
Tyreek next week.
Like,
The running backs were so elite, and then we got to the receivers. Well, Garrett's been awesome.
Yeah.
Garrett's been awesome.
At least we don't got to flex one of those guys. We can
So-
just flex them
well,
right now.
getting a little bit more spicy.
Tight
Who
end.
the fuck do we have at tight end?
It's probably gonna have to be Dalton.
No, it's Hunter Henry.
It's got to be Hunter Henry.
Oh,
Bro.
stop.
Come on, man.
Don't Kincaid's
Come
not
on, man.
This is, come on. We put no. Fuck that. Fuck you. Fuck you. We
What
put
the fuck did I do?
We put Alan Lazard in that goddamn fantasy team because of what he's done this season. We got to do the same with Hunter Henry.
It's a different thing. That was a completely different situation.
We're on
This
week
is
9, brother.
projecting.
That
was at that
okay,
point in the season.
No. The wide receiver 2 had to be projecting because all of our options have not done
Right.
shit. Okay? This is a little tight end is a little bit of sure we could project a little bit, but Dalton Kincaid is not on shit this year, bro.
He's not.
Yeah, but like,
Hunter Henry's been so
Bro,
much
Hunter
better
Henry's had
than
mad good games.
All right, we're going Hunter Henry.
I would like
the
dead
fuck are
ass,
we
for the
talking
rest
about
of
here?
the season. You'd rather have Dalton Kincaid on your fantasy team than Hunter Henry?
yes,
That's
Let
insane.
me say.
Nah.
Let me say something.
yes, I
Why are
would.
you?
I would. And it's not that Kincaid's been better, but rest of season, yes, I'm taking fucking Kincaid over Henry.
How's Henry been doing?
Just take my phone.
Thanks.
It's like my child.
I'm like your child.
Yes.
I pay the bills.
What bills?
Yeah, it's
None.
Hunter Henry, bro.
It's Hunter Henry.
Bro, it's Hunter. Are you fucking on crack? It's Hunter Henry. It's like not even a fucking. All right, it's Hunter Henry,
It's not even close.
right?
Patriots, Jets,
Yeah.
Bills.
You just really love the Bills. That's where this is all coming
No,
from.
I don't even necessarily like Dalton Kincaid, but Patriots, Jets, what?
Jonnu Smith?
Jonnu Smith.
How about this? Let's get on to something that's gonna be a little bit more diabolical.
Well, we do have
With
to
Hunter Henry at the tight end
get-
spot.
I guess we're putting Hunter Henry.
What about our flex spot?
James Cook.
James Cook.
It is James Cook.
Oh,
Pretty
durr.
handy.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not even close.
that was
Yeah, it's
that was
pretty
10.
handy, James Cook.
That was 5 durs. All right,
This team-
so
Stinks.
Not very good.
I
they got
Running
Josh
backs are
Allen.
stacked.
I
They
don't
got
like
Josh
this
Allen.
team.
Running backs are stacked.
I'm not crazy about this team, but at quarterback we have Josh Allen. At running back we have Brees Hall and A-Chain. At wide receiver we have Garrett Wilson and Tyreek. At tight end we have Hunter Henry. At our flex spot we have James Cook.
That's it.
Bro,
And that's
about to
it?
say, and.
At our flex spot, we have James Cook.
And that team gets 5 booms on the boom meter. That team
It's
gets.
negative 5 booms on the boom
That team
meter.
don't get 5 booms.
That gets
bro.
5
That
dooms.
team gets no booms.
Do you want to
Nah,
do
it
the
gets
NFC
like 2 booms.
East
That's like
intro,
2
or do you
booms.
want me to do it?
I could do it unless you want. You actually, I like when you do.
Alright.
Hey yo.
Hey, whoa.
Yo.
Hey yo.
Am I looking at a
Say it
specific
louder.
camera, Nick, or just shooting the? Okay. This is the NFC East all. Nope. See,
It's hard, bro.
It's
hard.
Yeah, no, I messed up.
Yeah.
It happens.
Alright.
This is the all NFC East fantasy team. At quarterback, it's a no-brainer. It's number 5. It's the guy who's 3rd place in the MVP race right now. It's Jaden Daniels.
Oh yeah.
He changed the course of the Commanders franchise, and he changed the course of my goddamn life.
Yeah, I mean, you got no arguments for me.
No, I love it. I love it. I don't even give a fuck. I
I
don't care.
want to see how far ahead he was of Hurts.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
which he's not far ahead of
I
Hurts,
don't.
but
I don't
for
give
vibes,
a.
we'll go Jaden.
I don't even give a fuck
we're
that
going
Hurts is
Jaden
in
for
the
the
same.
vibes.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts
Well,
probably better.
I genuinely want. I
Jalen
genuinely
Hurts is on
would.
a fantasy tear right now.
I would
Yeah,
actually
no,
take
I
Jaden
think-
McDaniels.
I think I'd take
He's
Jaden.
been phenomenal.
Oh, what? Wait, run that back.
Jaden McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels. What did I say wrong?
I can't wait to take
Sorry,
the
Jaden
Timberwolves
Daniels.
small forward.
I'm sorry. I keep
The
fucking
Timberwolves
up.
small forward as our quarterback on our
Bro,
fantasy team.
I keep fucking adding the
No,
Mick
they're
to
like
it.
the same person. Yeah.
All right,
We got
fuck
KD,
you.
we got
I'm
Jaden
going
McDaniels.
Jaden all day.
Nah,
I don't give a
actually,
fuck.
we're
I don't
taking
give a fuck.
I'm taking Jalen Hurts.
I don't know, dog. Why do you gotta be different, bro?
What do you mean?
Nah, honestly, when
He's
I
been on a
I'm-
fucking tear. He's been
I'm
unbelievable.
going Jalen Hurts.
yeah, when I was doing the thingamajig, I forgot that Jalen Hurts existed. It's definitely a conversation. I'd vote for Jaden Daniels for the vibe.
It's just
I
a
have-
conversation.
Third in
but
the
I'm going Jaden
NFL in
Daniels.
rushing touchdowns right now.
Nick,
It's a
Good tiebreaker.
conversation, but I'm going Jaden Daniels.
I'll tell you who it ain't.
He doesn't like Jalen Hurts. So he's obviously taking.
It goddamn
Well,
sure is
thank
Daniel
you.
Jones.
I think we take Jaden. I think we take Jalen Hurts
No,
for
we.
vibes.
Oh, what?
I mean, wait, whoa. Daniel.
Freudian slip. We're taking
Daniel-
Jalen Hurts.
No.
Jaden.
All right, Jaden
Bro.
Daniels. Producer
Jaden
spoke.
Daniels.
Bro, he's better.
He's not.
All right,
Jaden Daniels is
Nick
10.
was the tiebreaker. We're going with Jaden Daniels. Moving on to the running backs. RB1, pretty obviously Saquon.
Barkley.
RB2, is it Brian Robinson? I feel like it has to be. We could go Tyrone Tracy for vibes.
Rico Suave? No, that's not-
Brian Robinson is.
No, Tyrone Tracy not even the vibe.
Brian Robinson is an RB2.
Many men.
I would go many men Brian
He
Robinson.
he missed this past week.
Rico, 20 point game last week, bruh. Come on.
no
20
Dak though. No more.
Yeah,
Dak.
no Dak
more
kind of
Dak.
kills the whole situation. I'm probably
That might
gonna
help
lean.
it a little bit for Rico.
Why the fuck would that help him?
They
Why
ain't
wouldn't
scoring
wouldn't that
shit,
help
'cause they're not
Rico?
gonna
They're not
score.
gonna score.
They're not gonna throw. They're gonna fucking run.
Rico's not.
He's not
capable
good
of
enough
that.
to
He's
fucking
gonna
carry
get
them.
2 yards a carry.
It's Rico Dowdle,
Yeah,
brother.
it's B-Rob here.
Yeah,
That's
it's
the
B-Rob.
I like
offensive line's
Rico,
fault.
but it's B-Rob.
It's B-Rob.
That's on the offensive
What do
line,
you
bro.
think
not on
Rico
Rico.
Dowdle is?
I think
He's a good running back that has a shitty offensive line.
the rest of the team.
He's a 26-year-old that's finally getting his first opportunity. He is not a good running back.
I mean, I don't know, bro. I wouldn't discredit him all that much.
Tyrone Tracy's better.
I think the rest of
Yes.
the team could pretty much write itself. So just stop me if you disagree.
Okay.
Wide receivers, CD and AJ Brown.
Yep.
Nothing else to talk about there.
Tight end Jake Ferguson, pretty easily for me.
Very easily for me.
Dallas Goedert's been in and out of
Yeah,
the
he's
lineup.
been hurt,
That's
that's
the
the
only
problem.
thing,
Please tell me you're gonna take at flex, so I think you're gonna take at flex.
yeah. At flex,
There's a couple different people. That you can go
Please,
here.
please.
17-5, same.
Oh, yeah,
color
it's Terry.
T-shirt.
Terry McLaurin,
Terry
baby.
McLaurin at
I
flex.
love it. I
So
love it.
our NFC East fantasy team.
Devontae Smith, man. The fact that he didn't make this team is crazy.
Shout out Smitty, but 17-5, same color T-shirt. So at quarterback, we've Jaden Daniels. They got Jalen Hurts. We got Jaden Daniels. At running back, we have Saquon and Brian Robinson. At wide receiver, we have AJ Brown and CD Lamb. Our tight end is Jake Ferguson, and our flex is scary Terry McLaurin. I like this team
I
better
like
than
this
the
team.
AFC.
How many
I like
booms
this
does that
team
get?
more than the
Five
other
booms.
one.
This team gets 5 out of 5 booms.
Five out of.
No.
Why the fuck didn't you guys do it with us?
We got
Yeah, you
Jaden and
scumbags.
Terry. The vibes on
This team does not get 5 booms.
Yo,
Why
Five
not,
booms
bro?
is the other ones we did. The AFC and the NFC North. Those had 5 booms.
All right, those are 10 booms, but this one was 5.
Bro, we got Jaden and Terry. Trust me, as a guy who
With the
has a
stack,
league
bro.
with Jaden and Terry stacked, the vibes are immaculate.
team
We
is
could have had a Jalen A.J. Brown
Oh,
stack,
who-
That
Crimea
team,
River.
this team we just made is winning championship.
which is a better stack.
We don't fuck about that.
Malik Neighbors is definitely better.
Hold the fuck up. One thing to go over though. Brian Robinson over.
Oh,
Nah, give me Terry, bro.
Oh,
1 minute.
I don't know
Wait.
about
Wait,
that.
wait. I just gotta
I
run this-
forgot about
been
Malik.
mid since he got back.
1 minute. We have to run this by one more time. Brian Robinson over Devontae Smith for real.
Well, good thing Devontae Smith is not a running back.
Oh, who'd you say?
Is he good?
Never mind.
He's good, but not
He's all
like
right.
this.
He's not better.
Oh, my bad. Fuck. All right. Yeah, cut that out. You know
Yeah,
what?
I'll
No,
cut that
I get
out.
confused because I'm thinking about Swift.
No,
I
yeah,
always
I'll
fuck
cut that out.
up.
I'll cut that
Yeah,
out.
yeah, we'll
Swift's
cut
in the
that out.
NFC
We'll cut
North.
that shit out.
Swift's in the
Yeah, we'll
NFC
cut
Push
North.
it out. All right. Bring us home.
Please.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to leave a like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow us on all of our socials. Nick, thanks for hopping on the pod. Pete, thanks for you're a permanent member of this podcast now. I love that.
Yeah.
Very happy to hear that.
Thanks for doing your
so thanks
fucking
for doing
job.
exactly
Thanks for-
what you're supposed to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hope you all traded today, as Chris almost destroys the set. I hope you all traded today, because it was trade deadline day. So, if you didn't trade, it's a little bit too late to get out there and trade.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Hope you guys enjoyed. And with that,
Ball game.
Game.
Ball game.